Okay, a lot of people love to talk, but they don't really say nothing. You can drop a like and go subscribe, knowing 2-5 probably finna hate something. Chop it up about the game, give a little game, knowing you can take something. We just saying less and saying more, should've known before you in the right place. You know Jack can keep it radical, a little crazy with his take, but he gon' keep it factual. And you know he been a fan of wrestling since attitude. We ain't here to be the ones you playing with. Red steady dropping gems only for relationships. We ain't never thinking Liam Neeson if you taking. Come and tap in with your favorites. Hey, we gon' talk about your latest. Yeah, come and tune into the station. Come and listen to this conversation. Like and subscribe, we going live. We gon' tell you what you need to hear in perfect moderation. Wait, it's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Hey, hold up.
Welcome to Say Less, Say More, the trio that you never knew you needed. And if you notice, we got a quartet today. You might remember this guy from the hip hop shop. We got the one and only in the house.
Good day, good day.
We're gonna get into it. We got a Michael Jackson review. And I'm going to tell y'all why I don't care about it. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs, the NBA draft. You know we got some topics from the Joe Budden Podcast.
Joe Budden Podcast.
Yes. We're going to get into some culture. Do you feel connected to Africa or not? What does 2-5 hate this week? And, of course, Jack's got a hot take. But, of course, over there in that disgusting Miami Heat hat, you got the one and only El Residente. And sitting there in the dark, I guess, is Jackie Uso.
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Ringo Mandingo, a.k.a. your host. I didn't know ho. Jack Daddy Swag, yay. Ready to swag.
All right. Well, let's get into it.
First things first, I apologize for being in my work uniform.
You look,
apologize on Say Less More podcast.
No, man, we need the world to see that black men work. So, you know what I'm saying?
Go.
It works. It works. You know what I'm saying? Red-blooded men stand up.
I don't have them red-blooded, man.
Oh, come on now. All right. So we're going to start it off with a little check-in, go around the room real quick. What's going on, Rez?
What's happening? This week, I am reporting live from beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Nice day outside. I'm here I'm actually going to the Bruno Mars Anderson pop concert tonight with my beautiful wife, LaToya. We're excited about that.
I'm going on Wednesday.
Great week, great work week. I spoke at a youth group yesterday. Shout out to Purpose out there in Somerville, South Carolina. Amazing young men who, have hit some bumps in the road, but hopefully they're on the track to the right thing, man. I had a great opportunity to talk to them about my book, The A to Z Guide to Becoming Him, and just manhood. So I'm feeling really good. I'm on a personal high. No drugs needed. So let's get it.
All right. Jack?
Man, you already know, man. My life is great. You know what I'm saying? Just got a promotion at the Walmart. You know what I mean? So, went from doing boxes. Now I'm a forklift operator. You know what I mean? It's just, blessings could come in different ways, dog. I went from $12.30 an hour, and now I am officially at $17.25. Come on, dog.
Okay.
West of 40K. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make that California minimum wage. I see you. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Digga?
My boy.
Let's see. I got 1 month of child support left. Life is good.
Oh.
Whoa,
hey, that's it.
Whoa.
Damn. That's how you start the conversation.
Yeah, he's good.
He's almost free. That's crazy.
Wow. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a time to celebrate. You know, ain't much going on my side of the Alamo. You know, the wife's out of town until she gets back tonight. So luckily we podding right now because I'm gonna be busy later. You know what I'm saying? You dig? You know what I'm saying? But nah, you know what I'm saying? We just chilling, man. Everything is good. Life is good. You know, but was it good or bad? Talk to me about this Mike Jack movie.
Oh God.
Let's
Oh
go.
man,
Let's get.
let's
Yeah,
get
hey,
to it.
Radical Jack, you are a movie review guy. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you get started, and then we have to tag team this one because I got a feeling, we got some haters in the room.
Oh
Go.
yeah. So I got, if you don't know, Radical Jack, I do the movie reviews, check it out on Facebook, check it on Instagram, even our TikTok. I'm about to start uploading stuff on there too, but also on the YouTube page, you can see the trailer reactions, Radical Jack reacts. Um I'm not gonna go into like some deep soliloquy about this, but bottom line, the movie is a great film if you're an MJ fan. If you want to watch something and you want to hear the music and you want to see the dancing and you want to see just the character development of Michael, I think they did a really good job at showing us why he was such a perfectionist. They did a good job in showing us why he took his craft so serious, and they also did a good job in showing us why that particular man had the career that he had. You know what I'm saying? He talked about how he always wanted to be mysterious, And if you harken back to, Will Smith going on Instagram when he first came out, he said, "Man, I remember, the movie star Denzel always told me, if you're on TV, they're gonna see you all the time, but when you're in movies, you know what I mean, the people they miss you because they only see you in your film." And Michael understood that. He understood that I don't need to do interviews. I don't need to put out different things all the time. I just need to put out the music and people will love me for the music. Then, of course, they don't get into this in the movie, but you still see the man is making, short films with his music videos. The man is they didn't get into the music part about how, Michael is the guy who invented the voice wall. You know what I mean? Like there's little things in there that as a Michael Jackson fan, you just got to know. But it is beautiful to see this dude as a human. They show us, Michael visiting the kids in the hospital. They show us, Michael going to the toy store and signing all the autographs for the kids. They show us that, Michael, this dude has been doing this since he was 10 years old. On the other end, his brothers, they were allowed to go out and have a good time and play and be kids, and he didn't. So you see Michael as a 18-year-old man going and buying Twister and trying to hang out with his brothers, and they looking at him like, big dog, like we grown. We don't play Twister no more. I think Nia Long did a good job as Catherine. She wasn't allowed, the thing that I had to keep to myself when I was watching this film is I cannot compare it to Michael Jackson. I mean, the Jackson's American Dream, because what Angela Bassett did, I don't think anybody could ever replicate. But I do think that Coleman Domingo did a great job as Joe. You know what I mean? He wasn't some brute, but you could tell that there was fury behind his voice. There was fury behind his presence. And I really enjoyed that. I love the fact that you could see how terrified Mike was of this man. There's various scenes where you can see it, but I think my favorite scene is seeing a grown Michael come into his room and his dad is talking to him about touring. And you just see Mike's fist tighten up. Like he was just alert and scared. Like, I don't know what this man's going to do to me. And he wanted to say something to him, but he couldn't. And he just kind of backs down and cowers, you know what I'm saying, within himself. And then he goes into his bed once his dad leaves. And you can see he's just crying. But I don't want to drag it. I think the movie was great. It shows you, it gives you a little glimpse into where the painkiller addiction comes from. But, go ahead, Rez.
I'm got the Digga. I got you.
Oh no. You go ahead and go.
Oh no.
Oh no. Y'all don't want to hear what I gotta say.
Well,
I have to have to say because I'm gonna say I don't.
Hey, Rez, you're breaking up.
Breaking up real bad. Yeah.
No, you sound like
You sound like the original E.T.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll go.
What? Well, I was just going to say real quick, just one sentence. You're the only person that I've heard say that it was a good movie.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I think that I mean there's another reason why I think that a lot of people are saying that it's a bad movie. But I
All right. So,
don't
Digga,
want to
you
talk
going
about
to say it's a bad movie?
I don't
I did not like the movie at all. First things first. First things first. One of the biggest things for me is I'm a details guy. The movie starts off towards the end with him about to be in the Wembley tour performing bad and want to be starting something's in the background. Then it goes straight to his childhood performing on Christmas Day in the living room. And less than 30 minutes later, you get all the way to Off the Wall. So what you did was you bypassed 15 years in less than 30 minutes, which was one of the biggest flaws. We didn't see how he acquired his publishing company. We did not see, basically him buying his parents' house because he became the breadwinner. Everybody's like, oh, how can Joe come in a grown man's room and this, that, and the third? There's a lot that was not added into the movie. That's one of my biggest gripes. And for those who know me, knows I'm very, very big on details. They showed in 1980 Michael Jackson purchased Bubbles the monkey, which was a horrible CGI effect at first. But when did Michael Jackson actually purchase Bubbles? In 1985. Real fans know this. There was just so much that I would say this movie was just for the casual Michael Jackson fan, not the diehards. And I'll leave it at that.
So
I
the
don't know.
only thing
Microphone.
that sounded better.
That did sound better, but I don't
Yeah, it's
disagree
up.
with you, Digga. So as far as like timelines go, there's definitely stuff I noticed, and I was just kind of like, that didn't happen that early. You know what I
Because
mean?
remember, Michael showed Bubbles the cover of Off the Wall and goes, "Yeah, that's my album that just came out in stores." He didn't have Bubbles then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, they were singing songs in the living room with Joe. You know what I mean?
Correct.
They
That's
what was it? Never Can Say Goodbye, right, Rez?
yeah.
They had them singing "Never Can Say Goodbye" at the Chicago show when they got signed. The Jackson 5 were
Correct.
not singing "Never Can Say Goodbye" at that time.
Correct.
And so I'm gonna let Digga finish because that's sort of one of the things I'm gonna get to. So go ahead, keep going.
So another thing is, like we didn't cover his first nose job because remember he broke his nose playing
Broke his nose,
sports.
yeah.
Playing sports. And remember, at the time where he got a second nose job, and remember he said, "Oh, it's sinuses." No, do we remember the reason why he told his parents he got his nose job?
No, I don't remember.
If anybody knows, he told everybody, honestly, I love Joseph. I just don't love his nose on me. He never
Okay,
said anything about sinuses.
so it's funny you say that, right? Because I've always thought that Michael carved his face so he don't look like his daddy. And watching the movie, I thought that it was hinted at, but I don't like stuff like that. I don't like because it just basically it's like
So,
left to the audience to figure it out because obviously it's Joe, right?
let me ask you another question.
Okay.
How long did they cover vitiligo in the movie?
Oh man, one scene.
Less than 5 seconds, right? Less than 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
How many of us knew Bill Bray's name before this movie?
Probably just us.
Okay.
I am a Michael Jackson diehard. I did not know his name.
Let me ask 2-5. Who's Bill Bray?
No idea.
My point exactly.
Nah, so like, but to your point earlier though, I think that's by design because the casual is the one that spends the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and it's just like when we talk about sports, right? Like, I could sit up here and talk about this great game between the Sacramento Kings and the Pelicans or something, and people are going to laugh you out the room and be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I say LeBron James, and all of a sudden everybody's interested. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this movie, how much? Because I've heard different.
I'll touch on another subject when you're finished.
Okay. Oh, so on a different thing, I
Wait.
heard.
Talk.
Okay.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Yeah, nah, 2-5.
Wait,
No.
okay, Rez, you gotta let you
I
can't
don't
step.
know. I think you're
Clear
ready.
out.
No, I think you're
I'm
ready
good.
to go.
Clear
I
out.
think
Clear
I think
out.
you're ready. Go for it,
You
bro.
have not
Wait,
seen the movie.
let me say one more
Clear
thing.
Hold on,
out.
I'll be right back.
Let me
I'll be
say
right
one more
back.
thing.
I'm gonna go make me some grits real quick.
Go
Y'all
make
ahead.
grits. Go make
No.
grits.
Let me
Clear
say
out.
let me
The fuck?
let me
Like,
say one more
hey,
thing.
y'all, I think
Go.
that Shut
I'm
Up,
le-
2-5, it's my turn. Like, I ain't even get to ask the damn question.
I know, but I haven't gotten to give my take on the movie yet. That's all I'll say.
Go ahead and ask your question, 2-5.
No,
No.
go ahead, man.
No.
No, let me say one more
Digga,
thing.
finish your point, Digga.
So in
Because I got to respond to everything he just said.
one of the biggest points of his life was meeting Quincy Jones. Quincy
Yep.
Jones was in the movie all about 10 minutes, if that.
That was actually kind of where I was going. I was going to
Oh,
talk
go
about
ahead.
the Quincy Jones, Barry Gordy, and the lack thereof. But go ahead, Rez.
I got you.
Well.
Thank you. No,
Okay, go ahead, Rez.
Jack.
Go ahead, Rez.
Let me go and mute
Tag,
my mic.
Jack. Hey, Jack, hold the tag rope. I got you. All right? I got you. Listen. So, first of all, the movie Michael is a celebration of Michael Jackson's journey to becoming a solo artist. That is the point of the movie. It's not the Jackson 5 movie. We've already seen the Jackson 5 movie. The Jackson Family American Dream was the movie about the Jackson 5. That is why we got, 8 hours of Jacksons being the Jacksons and very little of Michael being Michael. Michael is about Michael. That's why within the first 30 minutes, you go from very little Michael to adult Michael. That's why that happens. That I just want to answer that full stop. I also want to make my second point. Bohemian Rhapsody, Walk the Line, Elvis's movie, the Bob Dylan movie, every single biopic about a music artist has mad errors about the person's timeline. Every single one. I've never seen a movie because what I love to do is watch a movie about history and then fact check the movie. I fact check every movie I watch, and everyone has historical inaccuracies. So to say that Michael's not a good movie because it has historical inaccuracies means you didn't go to watch a movie and be entertained. You went to the movie to nitpick it. That's a problem.
Not true. Not
That's
true.
a problem. That is a problem. It's my segment, Digga. Stay out of it. Go with 2-5 to go make grits. Thirdly, there are errors with the movie. The problems with the movie, though, are not what people are complaining about. If you thought you were going to go into a Michael Jackson movie and hear them talk about pedophilia, you don't get the show. You don't understand. You don't understand
That's
how
what
the
people were
Jackson
looking
family.
for.
That's the chief
People were
complaint.
looking for Michael Epstein.
That's the chief complaint about the
That's
movie.
not what I was looking for.
No, we'll get to that.
It's not what you were looking for. But I'm just saying, like, people who've had big complaints about the movie, that's been their complaint. Well, why don't they talk about child allegations? Why aren't these people in it? Well, guess what? Every complaint that you have about people who were left out of the movie or stories that could have been told about Michael Jackson, literally the Michael Jackson estate was never going to allow to be in a movie. It was never going to happen. This is the best version of a Michael Jackson movie we will ever see. Ever. Because any Michael Jackson movie that talks about the things that, one, legally they can't talk about, the allegations, it is literally like in the settlement, that was a part of it. There can never be any
They
movie.
can talk about it, but they can't use the names.
They can't. No, Jack.
No, they can't talk about it at all.
They can't talk about it at all. Like, at all. They can't
At
even
all.
mention it. But, like, literally, there's a version of the movie where, like, that stuff was in it. And they had to take it out. That's why they changed the ending. So any Michael movie that is going to go as in depth as people want it, like they want a documentary. There are mad Michael Jackson documentaries you can watch that talk about allegations. Shoot, Finding Neverland was a documentary that came out. Of course, all the allegations in it were already proven to be not true, but who cares? Because we want to be entertained.
Homeboy that was a Dance Fever.
Right.
He came
Wade Robertson live.
Yeah.
So you want a movie? They want a movie about things that, one, he legally cannot talk about. Two, people that do not want to be involved. Diana Ross, who was a key storyline when you talk about him meeting Quincy. I just found this out, Digga. One reason they can't talk about how Michael Jackson met Quincy was because he met her through Diana Ross.
No, he met him on the set of The Wiz.
No. That's not true. Again, I researched this stuff before we
Nah,
got on the
but look,
pod. So I'm like, we're going to talk about this.
even if he did meet him on the Wiz, it's still through Diana Ross.
It's through Diana Ross. He met her
They
through
could
Diana
still
Ross.
mention that in the movie without mentioning
no.
Diana Ross.
No, but that's again, no, Digga. Literally, there are screen boards of the different costumes that Jafar Jackson put on
I saw
in the filming of the
Wiz
movie.
was one of them.
One of them was the Wiz. The Wiz could not be mentioned at all because you can't talk about the Wiz without talking about Diana Ross.
That's a fact. You can't.
So how did Jafar do?
Jafar was amazing.
There were
amazing.
certain scenes where you really can't tell Jafar from his uncle. Seriously.
Yeah, Jafar was amazing.
Especially when they had the Blood and the Crips meeting.
Yeah.
And he was teaching them how to do the moves to beat it.
Yeah.
When you look at Jafar's mannerisms, it's just like his uncle's.
He went to school. Jafar was amazing. Yeah.
But one of the biggest complaints I had that X-Jack said was he said Nia Long was amazing. Nia Long barely had a page of dialogue.
She didn't do much.
Yeah, but I didn't say she was amazing. I said she did good in her role.
And she praised Michael. That's it.
Hey, Nia Long adds to the pageantry of the movie just not being there.
She does.
She's quiet and furious. You know what I'm saying? You seen the elements of acting when she got into it with Joe. It was small scenes, but she still did a great job in those scenes. Now, don't get me wrong. As a movie, is she going to get nominated? Hell no.
No. Colin Domingo might.
Yes, Colin Domingo will.
Colin Domingo is a
unless we get a bunch of bangers from now until January, Coleman Domingo will be in a supporting role.
Coleman Domingo. I said Colin.
Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo was amazing in that movie. Jafar was amazing in that movie. And I think I used the was I talking to you or to you, Jack? I can't remember when I talked about the fact that I felt like Jafar was put in the position to win throughout the movie. Right? So
you were talking. You said that to me too.
Yeah, you have Shaquille O'Neal, right? You're not gonna put Shaquille O'Neal at the 3-point line and have him jacking up shots. You're gonna put Shaquille on the block and try to get him a one-on-one matchup and let him dunk on people.
Not if he was in the NBA today.
They put I think that's another discussion. But I think with Jafar, they put him in positions where he got to be Michael dancing, be Michael singing, and not so much Michael talking. There wasn't a whole lot of long dialogues from Michael.
But we got to give him credit. Even when he was talking, it was still good.
No, it was good. I'm just saying, but he didn't have a long monologue where he was like, "This is my life, and I want y'all to know. Here's my soliloquy about being Michael Jackson." That was
even though y'all like the movie, you two,
I love the movie.
What's something that they could have, that you still would have liked to have seen been in the movie?
I would have loved to see more music videos that nobody knew about. I would have loved it if we didn't get Thriller and we got Librarian Girl. I would have liked it.
Liberian Girl.
Liberian.
She's not a librarian.
Liberian, whatever. From
Liberian Girl be an amazing song, by the way.
But either way, I would like it if we would have got the I think it would have been dope if we would have got him crashing out, breaking the car and turning into the Jaguar, and I thought that would have been fire if we got to see that.
That we haven't got there yet. That's not until the Dangerous album.
That's bad. Yeah, all that's on Bad.
Okay.
No, him breaking the car was the Dangerous album.
Oh, I'm saying
because it was at the end of Black and White.
Black and White. No, but I would like to see the making of The Way You Make Me Feel, which is on the Bad album. But they don't really talk about the Bad album. So I think if they do part 2,
go into Bad. So
I think if they do part 2, they'll talk about the making of Bad.
You want a part 2?
Yes.
Part 2 is coming.
Yes,
it's not a 1. It's coming.
No. Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, part 2 will probably be better than part 1 because it will actually be a Michael film where nobody can be mad about him, being just Michael.
So just real quick, because you mentioned, I want to answer that question that you just asked. So the things I would have liked to see, right? I would have liked to see the growing frustration with Michael with his brothers.
Yes.
That led to him wanting to separate from the group. I also would have wanted them to talk more about the fact that that Off the Wall was Michael's 4th solo out. That it wasn't his first solo out. 5th solo out. Right? So I would have liked them to talk about that.
That was one of the things I said to you yesterday.
Yeah. I remember that.
And this is what I was... But this is my biggest gripe with... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, the thing that bothers me about that, right, is we know Mike has solo albums, but the difference is Off the Wall is his adult album. It's his coming out part. So
But
that's why
here's the thing, though. This is
one.
one
just
of the
crazy in
biggest
love.
gripes. This is one of the biggest gripes I have. We had 4 solo albums before Off the Wall that we could have covered in a movie. The movie's about Mike, correct?
Right.
Yes, which I agree on that. I agree on that.
Why not talk
we
about the
coulda talked
Ben
about
album?
Yeah.
I gotta be where I want to be
Forever
where you
Michael.
are forever. Exactly.
Yeah.
We actually, because remember during the Forever Michael process, that's when him and Barry Gordy started bumping heads because he wanted to be more independent. I wish the movie would have covered more of that because they just make it seem like Off the Wall is where he started to want his independence when it's not.
It's not. I agree, and I would have liked to see more coverage of that.
And it's like I said, even in between the beginning of the movie and 30 minutes where Off the Wall came in, you could have at least covered one of the 4 albums.
Yeah, or you could have done like a time lapse where they're releasing albums, and Michael's like, okay, because what it shows is how much harder Michael was forced to work than everybody else. How much Mike was deprived of his childhood, which led to the person he became. I think that they could have done a much better job of that. The second thing I would like to see, is Rod Temperton's role. They mentioned Rod Temperton's name.
Thank you.
But Rod Temperton's role in the evolution of Michael Jackson, the new sound that Michael Jackson came with, like, they made it seem like Michael Jackson was just in his room making these songs up. And there are demos of Michael Jackson making some of these songs. But the big hits were Rod Temperton. And a lot of them were songs that were offered to the group Heatwave, which Rod Temperton was the musical genius behind, and they refused the songs. See, now these are things that I know because I've watched so many documentaries about Michael Jackson.
We also didn't get a Stevie Wonder like presence either. You know what I mean? It would have been nice to know that Stevie gave him a couple songs. Like,
I can't help it. It was all Stevie.
Yeah, that would have been fire.
But can I actually bring a bright point to the movie that nobody talks about?
What? That's what me and Jack have been doing. But go for it.
Dion Cole's portrayal of Don King,
was
spot on.
Yes.
That was,
and that doesn't get talked about enough.
Well, it doesn't talked about because it's that good. Yeah, it's like Nia Long. Like they only have one good scene together. They like. Yeah, like you said, I think it's funny because I think I seen somebody else talking about Nia Long eating and being with my
every scene.
Well, so back to the Nia Long part. Like Nia really tried to represent what Catherine meant. So I think I was talking to you last night about a letter. And I want to talk about Bill as well. Nia played the role that they saw Catherine in. Like Catherine was that calming force. She was the person that would spend time with Michael and do the stuff, watch the movies with Michael, eat ice cream, and do that. She kept him childlike. She allowed him to be a child. She was the only person that allowed him to be a child. Everybody else wanted him to be the moneymaker. Even when the dad walks in, when he walks into the Motown 25 and said, "Oh, look at a big moneymaker," and it's like, dude, like this is who you see me as, which leads to Bill, right? So I think Bill's role was very, very, very important in this movie, and I think it was very, very, very intentional. Because, by all means, and based on what I've seen since, Bill was Michael Jackson's best friend and father, like actual father
figure, yeah.
And no one knew his name. So I think the Jackson family was very intentional about saying if Mike made a movie, he would want people to know the role this man played into his life.
And I think that was fire.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Do you know there was only one scene in the movie that I did not know about in real life? And that's how he got his videos played on MTV? How the president of Epic Records had to call MTV and just say, "I'm gonna pull all my artists." And at the time, I think Epic Records represented, I did the research last night, 75% of the artists that was on MTV at the time.
It was CBS, but yes.
Oh, CBS. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Epic
that
CBS,
was
it was a joint venture.
I like the fact that we're all having this discourse, but I would like to hear 2-5 on the film.
All right, now 2-5, ask some questions. Go.
No, I like this discourse because like y'all are so passionate about it, and it's like getting me all riled up, and I still don't want to see it.
No, and the only reason, like I said, the only reason why I'm passionate about it is way before this movie came out, way before, we even knew about this movie. I've had conversations about Michael Jackson with Rajon in person. I've
For
had
sure.
conversations about Michael Jackson with X Jack on the phone when we were discovering which artists he likes.
Yeah.
We've had these conversations before, and anybody who knows me knows my second favorite song of all time is "Wanna Be Starting Something."
It's a great
I'm the
song.
only person that listens to the song "Money" on History. That's how
Well,
deep of
shit.
a
Well,
Michael
hold up.
Jackson
What's
fan
your
I
favorite
am.
song then?
My favorite song of all time, "Pretzel Logic" by Steely Dan.
Okay, no, I just had
Yes,
to
it is.
ask you. Like, not every day do people come in with like, "Yo, this is my second favorite."
My
So I
second
had to
favorite
ask.
song.
Yeah, I had to ask.
This is my Scottie Pippen.
No,
Yes.
so I was a Michael Jackson fan. I wouldn't go as
Was
far
crazy.
to say no. I mean, he ain't here no more. I
He ain't.
ain't so I ain't here to
Hey,
say
Digga,
like,
Digga, I'm sorry. 2-5. Before you finish, I just want to ask you this: do you think that Michael was touching kids?
me.
Oh my God.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
think
we
okay.
that.
not.
No, it has nothing to do with that. No, it has nothing to
Yeah.
do with that. No, it has nothing to do with me not liking Michael Jackson, not caring about Michael Jackson. But I'm at a point where I don't care enough to know these details that y'all are talking about. Like, I just listen to the music, so I just
2-5,
don't
can I ask
care
you a
enough.
question?
Yeah, go for it.
How old are you?
44.
Okay, so you're on age with me and Ray.
Yeah.
So you came up in the era where
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson was on the radio all the time. You came up in the
Yeah.
era when there was lines out of Tower Music when Bad came out,
When they stopped
Mhm.
TV shows to play the Remember the Time video.
Yeah, I
Correct.
remember I was watching.
And the Smooth
Maybe it was
Criminal
in
video
Living
and so on
Color,
and so
and
on.
Black and White came out.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, so
Yeah,
you
and
should.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
figure
So
you would
like,
be big. I figure you would be a bigger fan than that.
well,
No,
no, I just
he's
like
not that big of a pop
He's
fan.
just a
well,
contrarian.
Got it. Okay, that
no,
makes
it's not
sense.
that. It's not that. So like what we always talk about in our group chat, right?
Yeah.
Is we have these conversations about anything, and then I just move on. Like, you know what I mean? And then like 3 days later, Rez will bring up something that to make a point about something that we talked about in that
Yeah.
conversation three
Yeah.
days ago.
Got it.
And I'm like, I'm done with it. It's like
Yeah.
so like I watched the
And then we
Jackson
fight.
story. I watched, documentaries on Michael Jackson. I'm good now. Like, let's make a documentary about somebody else. Like, let's talk about
So
another
Justin
story.
Bieber.
I just don't
do you
need.
know I've actually seen this movie 3 times to get something different out of it?
That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
I'm proud of
Like,
you.
that's just not my bag. Like,
to
I
be
wa-
one of
I-
the highest grossing, if not the highest grossing biopic
It's
in the
actually
first.
the highest grossing first
well,
weekend
yeah,
of a
that's gonna be.
biopic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because of who it is. It ain't because of the quality of the movie.
But
Hey,
no,
hey, look.
actually. Wait. Because there's been other Michael movies made. None of them have done what this one has done.
No,
Well, yeah,
absolutely
Well,
not.
this what
we're not going to talk about it. We're not giving that at all. No,
Yeah.
no,
we know
no.
that. You know what it is. You
no,
know what.
I'm just saying. I'm at a point in my life where if you want me to watch a movie, it's got to be something that I find worthwhile to do. I know enough
Oh, for
about
sure.
Michael Jackson that I don't need to know anything else. I don't need to dig more. I don't need to learn about, his relationship with Bill or whatever it might. I'm not that invested. You know what I mean? So it's not a hate thing. It's a me thing. Like,
Right.
I'm just not there for it. You know what I mean? Now, if you made a movie if you made a movie about Stevie Wonder, you know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
I'm in there. I'm
Okay,
in
let me ask you a
there.
question.
You know what I'm saying? You make a movie about Prince, I'm in there.
Let me ask a question. Did you see the movie about James Brown?
No, I'm not
I
a
did.
big James Brown guy.
Okay. Did you see the movie about so I think that's what it is, right? So like, because I just coming back to your point, not saying that your point was wrong. It's just that, one, we haven't gotten the definitive Michael movie yet. That hasn't
No.
happened. Like it hadn't happened.
But I've seen enough that I don't need it. Like, if there wasn't much Mike material out there, and then you dropped a Mike movie, then yes.
Right,
You
but
know
we
what I'm
also,
saying? But I got better things to do with my time.
Well, no, I'm not saying it for you. I'm talking about like
For the masses.
for the
A lot of
masses.
people watch
So
documentaries.
one, you are 2-5, and you have the 2-5 name for a reason. So I'm never trying to argue for you singularly to do a thing. That's never what I'm saying. I'm saying why the movie was important to be made. One, we have a generation of people who don't understand what Mike was. They don't. Like, they don't get that Michael Jackson had a concert in Budapest and people were literally fainting by the dozens, like throughout the show. They don't
And not
understand
only
that Michael.
that,
They don't understand that Michael couldn't leave his house. They don't
Sure.
they don't understand the
They don't understand Michael
magnitude
Jackson
of
is
the
quite
artist that
literally,
Michael was.
he's quite
do you
literally
know
the
Michael
most
Jackson has
ever.
the only halftime performance that had more viewers than the Super Bowl?
That's not true. Beyonce did it.
No, I looked it up
Yes.
last night.
Oh, I'm thinking about.
Michael Jackson's Super Bowl shows, I think it had
Oh,
47.8 million
I'm about to throw
viewers,
this
and
show in the
only
trash, and y'all about to
30
have a source off.
million viewed the Super Bowl.
Nah. That's
No,
that's
you're
not it.
not.
It's just, like me personally,
Pull it up.
like I'm not as old as y'all. I didn't live in the 80s, so I didn't get to see Michael in the 80s, but I got to see Michael in the 90s, and I still got to see how much all of my friends and all of us loved him. My family.
Oh,
loved
I
him.
remember the day that not to make it somber, but I remember the day he passed. Right,
What?
I was deployed. I was deployed, and I was in Kuwait City, and we were on our way back to the base, like an hour drive. We get to the chow hall, and everybody in the chow hall is crying, like legit, like everybody's just crying, like whether they were from Nepal, they were from Kuwait, like wherever they were from, everybody was crying. So I walk in, and I'm like, the fuck? So as I'm trying to get my scrambled eggs, I'm like, yo, what's wrong with everybody? And then like my dude, he didn't speak English very well. He just pointed to the TV and said rest in peace, Michael Jackson. And I think that was one of the moments of my life where I was just like, the impact is bigger than the person, like because these are people that don't really speak English, never been to America, just have that type of love and adoration. And then I learned about his time in the Middle East and things that he did over there. So that's the type of stuff where I'm like, I don't need a movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I did live some of this stuff. Like, I don't need.
But because you've seen it.
Yeah, I don't need the memory.
That's
Like, I can
the
just
thing,
throw.
like-
If I want to hear bad, if I want to hear something, I'll just turn it on. Like,
But
I
see,
don't
that's
need.
the thing, 25. You're also not a movie guy. So a lot
Yeah,
of
I'm
these
not a movie guy.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why. But that's why I
you're not
went
a
to the
movie
question.
guy, because like
That's why I
somebody
went to the
like
question
me,
about. Yeah.
somebody like me, I need this. I need this movie, just like I need Ray. I need James Brown. I need Elvis. I need these movies because I like to watch movies about people that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray was great.
I
Ray was
watch
great.
film, so it's like I get the best of both worlds. I'm getting a film, but I'm also getting like this history of this guy that I really like.
Right.
You
And
know
that's
what I mean?
also that's also why I asked the question
Make
about.
me
did
a
he see
Kobe
the-
movie.
That's why I asked the question about.
If
Did
they
he
make
see
a
the
Kobe
bomb?
movie, you know who'd be the first person in there?
I will sleep on the ground outside the theater for
But
that
why?
one.
But why would you need a Kobe movie? You already know everything about Kobe.
Facts.
Because man, I don't
Because it
feel
contradicts
about
what you
Mike
just
the
To
way.
your
said.
point earlier.
No,
to your
no,
point
because
earlier,
I don't
there's
feel about.
continuity
No,
of
it doesn't
Kobe.
contradict what I said. I don't care. I don't feel about Mike the way that I feel about Kobe. So it's different.
But then that's your actual point.
Like
is
everybody,
I don't really care about
people,
Mike.
People, I didn't say that. People, there's always an exception to a rule. Like there's things that that you would watch, you wouldn't watch, depending on who's in it, who's it about, whatever the case may be. I like Michael Jackson. I'm just not in love with Michael Jackson in that way.
Right. But the only thing I'm responding to is your whole point is that we didn't need another Mike movie. That's
No,
the
I
only thing I'm
said
responding
I
to.
didn't need it. I didn't say you didn't need it. I didn't need it.
Yes, but that's why. But again, I wasn't responding to Michael Wilson. I was not responding to Michael Wilson. I'm responding to
Which
the
is my real
idea,
name, people.
not Michael O. Wilson,
Yeah.
for the record.
Which is why
He's not.
This is why he secretly has like a whole Michael Jackson playlist that he listens to every day.
Can
Nah,
I make one last point, and then I'm done on the topic. I just wanted to say that one, the movie. I go to the movie to be entertained. I also love biopics. I've seen mostly every biopic. I saw the Abraham Lincoln biopic. I saw the
He's a freak.
I saw the Hoover. I saw the Hoover biopic.
Did they say he was
Like,
black?
I've seen almost like any biopic. So like if you are a person that goes to the movies and enjoys like entertaining movies, it's an entertaining movie. The second thing I want to say is that this movie is single-handedly rescuing the movie industry right now. People are not going to the movie theaters. When I was in the movie theater, every single theater on my side of and it was an 18 theater movie. On my side, every door open was the Michael movie. Every single one.
This is a fact that
All right.
the movie
So
theaters
say
are single-handedly being saved.
Yeah,
So
wait for
say-
Spider-Man.
so say what you
Nah,
say.
this is bigger.
They will put Spider-Man in 2 to 3 screens most.
Nah,
Right.
it's bigger than that. Yeah.
Say what you say about this movie or whatever, but it is getting people to the movie theaters. It is selling tickets. It has phenomenal performances. They do a pretty decent job of telling the story of Michael Jackson. Would I have liked to see more? Absolutely. But am I happy with what I got? And am I going back to see it again? Absolutely. That's
Well,
all.
are you happy with what you got in the NFL draft?
Mixed bag. So I guess I'll go first because I'm already talking.
Who's your team?
I'm a Niners fan. I'm a San Francisco
Oh.
49ers. Bang, Niner gang. I wish I had some stuff around me that talks about it. But I've heard some mixed reviews on it. I heard that some reaches were made by. Of course, I don't follow the draft as much as 2-5 does, so he's going to clear out on this one. But I felt pretty decent. I feel like the areas that we needed to address, we did. I think the feedback has been that the players that we picked to address the needs were reaches on those. But I do trust Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch when it comes to making picks because they haven't led me wrong so far. Even though we have had some misses, but not enough misses for me to be skeptical of the drafts. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Okay. I will say that I only watched the first round, and I only know the Eagles' first player that they got. I was very happy that we got a wide receiver because I need AJ Brown to get out of here. I've been on the hate AJ train since we won the Super Bowl. Like everybody else is like, oh yeah, he's the best. No, I've been telling everybody way back when we got eliminated in the first round by the Buccaneers that Devontae Smith was our guy. And everybody's over here sucking at AJ Brown meat, thinking that that's what we needed. And this dude is over here being a sideline distraction. He wants to be T.O. so bad, and he just doesn't produce like T.O. So you're just not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, you came from Tennessee. We gave you a great opportunity to be great. Everybody loves you. You're still not the biggest name in football. You're still not the biggest receiver in football. And then when you cry about it on Twitter, you drop the ball in the biggest game of the season. Shout out to the 49ers for having A.J. Brown look like a goofy. But when it comes to the draft, I'm glad that we got a solid receiver who's here to do work and not get on Twitter and cry. So I hope AJ gets shipped off to Boston so he can get the hell out of my life.
Take that, Arthur One.
Hey, and take Brandon Ayuk with you. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You watch the draft at all, Digga?
I did not. I was too busy watching Michael.
I know. I was sitting up in here on round 2. He was on round 3 of Michael. No, hey, you know,
that was crazy.
Flagrant.
Yeah,
Wow.
round 3. You know what I'm saying? It takes at least 4, right? So you know, I like the draft because of irony. You know, the Eagles, you know, a few years ago, well, probably many years ago now, drafted a guy by the name of Carson Wentz. You know, came out of North Dakota State. And here we are full circle with the Eagles drafting a quarterback from North Dakota State. And the funny part about that is that his comparison, people have been comparing him to Tim Tebow. So I want to take a minute before, you know, I won't stay on this too long since y'all didn't really watch it, but I'm going to just give 2 teams credit real quick for what they did. So one, respect to the Cleveland Browns for the first time in history. You know, they went out and got good wide receivers. You know, Casey Concepcion, playmaker out of A&M, and Boston, one of my favorite wide receivers, you know, out of Washington. So now, if you do decide to start Shador, now the clock really starts. You know, you got weapons around you. Let's see what we can do. You know, they drafted offensive line, so let's put it all together, see what it looks like, see what the future looks like. And then the perennial losers that are the New York Jets. You know, like the Jets. No, I'm serious. The Jets did some damage in this draft. You know what I mean? Like whether it was Kenyon Sadiq, the best tight end in the draft, who will be what they thought Kyle Pitts was supposed to be. You know, David Bailey at number 2 off the edge. You know, they went and got receivers. So I mean, it's all coming together. But last thing, Washington, right? Because I got to talk about Washington. No, like Kansas City broke my heart. I had my heart set on Mansour Delane. They traded up from 9 to 6 and took him, but we ended up with Sonny Styles, who might be one of the best defenders in this draft. So I'm happy about that. Antonio Williams from Red's favorite team, Clemson. Like I know he's been injured over the years, but I love the talent. One of my favorite players watching in college. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. But what will not be all right is my Denver Nuggets. Damn.
Yo, how do you lose to a team that lost both of their starting guards and
because
like
I'm so happy.
How do you give up 43 points to a guy that averaged 13 points all season? Like,
bro, because
no
the Denver
transitional
Nuggets are
defense.
nobody's afraid of the Denver Nuggets anymore. That's
No
the thing.
transitional defense.
Yeah, when Jokic ran up on that bench, that was the most running he's done in the whole series.
You'd have thought there was a horse on that bench.
We would have. And Jaden McDaniels, shout out to him, because he's not a superstar by any means, just a really good player. But after game 2, when they beat the Nuggets, he said it. He was like, yo, go at Jokic, go at Murray. None of them dudes want to play defense. And so Denver came out in game 3 on some, we're going to play defense and we're going to show you that we can. But they learned the hard way that when you play defense, them legs don't work on offense as well. So that was part 1. And then last night, I think Denver, Minnesota's just in Denver's head. You know what I mean? Minnesota came back from 20 down 2 years ago and won game 7 on Denver's floor. So ever since then,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So ever since then, Minnesota's just been occupying space, I think.
I think what we're witnessing right now is the great NBA reset, which is something that I personally need because I've been on here plenty of times, and anybody that's had a conversation with me about the NBA knows I hate the NBA. I hate this stupid screen threes, no defense, and we're witnessing the reset happen in real time. Like people are finally starting to play basketball again, and it's really starting to get exciting.
Mabo.
What?
Mabo.
The hell is that?
Make basketball great again.
Word.
Hey, I'm out of here. I gotta go.
Oh, hey, can I do a quick callback real quick?
What?
Fuck you, Kevin Durant.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, right? About how I think that for as great as he is, because I don't want to get it confused, the things that he does on the basketball court are great. But he's not a great player.
Leader. He's not a great leader.
Yeah, he's
not a leader. Yeah.
And I thought about this, and I'm gonna give Kevin Durant a little bail here, right? Because he's only 37. Maybe he'll figure out to be a leader when he's 40.
Nah,
I'm a man.
This is the thing. The KD thing is this, and we've already talked about this, and I know I've said this plenty of times. He's just not he's not the leader, and that's okay. But we gotta stop shaming him for that. That's not his role. He just happens to be a really, really good basketball player with a loser's heart. I mean, that's just what it is.
The problem is
he needs somebody to carry him to the place, and then he can do it as long as the spotlight's out.
No. The problem is that when Houston traded to get Kevin Durant, they traded away the guys who were the in-locker room leaders. Like, if you had those guys and Kevin Durant, you might have a perfect team. It's just they got rid of, like Dylan Brooks, for as much as annoying as he may be, he's a locker room leader. Yeah. He's somebody that can rally the troops. He's not as good of a player as Kevin Durant is, but he's a better leader than Kevin Durant is.
Yeah, that's true.
But while we're talking about that series, can we just take 1 second to applaud 41-year-old LeBron James?
There it is. Come on. Tell us about it. Tell us about how the 40-year-old guy is so amazing because he's 40, and because he's 40, he's doing great things.
Well, no, not only is he 40, he's 40 and spent the entire season doing the thing that people always said he couldn't do. People always said LeBron wouldn't lower his role in order to create space for other people. And the thing that happened was LeBron got hurt early in the season, and Luka and AR started cooking. like going crazy. And Bron said, I don't want to come back in and disrupt what they have going on. So Bron took the third best player like role on that team, doing the dirty work, diving on the ground. Not his point average dropped tremendously from what we're used to. Even though at 41 he can't carry it the way that he used to. But what we've seen in these playoffs is probably the least. It is. I'm not going to say probably. It is the least athletic version of LeBron James we've ever seen.
But you got to look at it this way.
I seen him do a 360 dunk.
But 360 dunk for LeBron in 2013 was what? Okay, you see what I'm saying? So stop this.
But
so
here's the thing, though. When you look at a 41-year-old LeBron and a 41-year-old Shaq,
yeah,
two different categories.
Yeah.
When you look at a 41-year-old LeBron and a 41-year-old Jordan, he's playing at a higher caliber than Jordan ever did. And Jordan is the greatest player, in my opinion, that ever played. So LeBron is doing things that, let's just say, 25-year-olds do.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that he's doing it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
He's still more athletic than Dylan Brooks.
Still.
Steroids.
Okay.
That man's not on
Wow,
roids.
my God.
That man's in the weight room every day. And the thing about it is he has more hustle than people half his age. And that speaks in volumes.
All right, look, I'll take my LeBron.
You know why, Jack? Because LeBron's a leader.
Now he is a leader, but I'll take my hat off. I'll take my hater hat off right now, and I'll just say that what LeBron did in the fourth quarter, I loved it. When he hit that clutch shot, I was like, okay, let me sit back and just let this man cook real quick. And
if he would have hit that last shot,
turnaround game winner, I would have had to sit here and be like, shit. Like,
so do you all think? And I don't want to be like, the overreactor and all that kind of stuff like that, but Kevin Durant in Houston next year?
I don't care where Kevin Durant is.
What's his contract?
Let's find out.
I think that's the largest indicator.
I'll say he has one more year in Houston, does he not?
He'll probably be.
Well, I'm just meaning like, are they going to trade him, or like,
I hope not.
like where we are right now, as far as what's been happening, and how like the talk right now, like he wasn't on the bench, all that kind of stuff like that. Is that like all right, we tried this, let's move on type situation?
What can you really get for Kevin Durant now?
That's the question. That's why I want to know what the contract.
He's a free agent in 2028.
So that means he'd have 2 more seasons.
Yeah, but what can you really get for Kevin Durant? Tell you the truth.
I don't know. You got just this past off season, you got Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green for him.
Jalen Green.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Okay.
Hey, why we banging on Dylan Brooks up in here? Pause. You know what I'm saying? He's averaging 27 in this series right now against OKC.
No, you know what I mean? Like balling, bro.
He's averaging 27 right now. Matter of fact, Devin Booker is third in scoring in this series right now.
Devin Booker is KD.
Yo, Devin Booker is someone we should never spend more than
Remember that off season when they made the finals and people were like, "Are we seeing the new Kobe?" Like that was just 5 years ago or so.
Yeah, that was stupid when they said it.
It was dumb when they said it. But Devin Booker, he's like KD. He's a guy that can score and get you a bucket, but he doesn't move anything. And I mean,
I'm not gonna do that.
Wait, let me fix it.
Okay, I'm about to say, don't do that.
Nature man.
Sorry, sir. Go ahead, sir. My friend.
Anyway, Devin Booker to a lesser degree, all right? He's just like KD. They don't move the needle. KD obviously is a world breaker because when KD decides to get hot, he gets hot and he actually does change things. But at the end of the day, Devin Booker is a guy that can give you 35 points and it means absolutely nothing to the game.
No, you're on to something. When KD goes to the Warriors, he's unstoppable.
That's hysterical. So let me tell you something that why I would never ever put KD in the position of and Devin Booker in the same sentence. There's a famous story. I may have told it here on this podcast.
You have.
Where Devin Booker was playing ball at LA Fitness and people were double teaming him. And he says, "Hey guys, no double teaming. I'm just here to get up shots and work on my game." KD in no realm
that's crazy.
would ever say anything like that.
Oh,
he would never give him.
Hold on. How tall is Devin Booker? Is he 6'7" or 6'5"?
He's closer to
Wait, Devin Booker's
6'7".
like Devin
I thought
Booker.
like 6'3", 6'4".
I thought he was like
I thought he was closer
6'5".
to 6. I thought he was closer to 6'6".
Yeah, I thought he was
Devin
6'5".
Booker is 6'5". Okay,
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay,
close to
so, and
6'6",
I'm not,
yeah.
and I, obviously, like I said, like, well, for me, you're not tall until you're 6'6", but
Thank you.
6'5".
That's crazy. The
Oh,
average
how-
human being, the
How
average human male is
arbitrary!
5.
Like what an
The average
arbitrary.
human male is
Okay,
5'7".
My whole family is niggas that are 6'3" and above. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Anyway, you're not tall until you're 6'6".
Or what statistics say.
I don't care about statistics either. I didn't grow up with statistics. I grew up with a family of giants.
You should have grown up with statistics.
Like,
It
so
helps.
for me, again, like I said, for me, you're not tall until you're 6'6". Sit on it and spin, fuck niggas.
So you're
Anyway,
not tall.
Hey, yo,
that's
So you're not-
crazy.
So you're not
how
tall.
tall am I?
6'6".
Thank you.
So, like I said, you ain't tall until you're 6'6". And in that realm, as a 6'5" guy, when you go to the gym, I can understand if you don't have a dog in you, you feel like a little pussy, and you're like, oh, they're double teaming me. I'm not that good. I can understand that as a 6'5" guy because he's really not like that.
But
If
he's
he was
also
like
getting
that-
paid to play professional ball, and you
Yeah, I
can't
know, but
handle people at
He's
LA
not that
gym.
guy. He's not that guy.
And this is other NBA players. He wasn't playing against us. You
But
know
that's
what I'm
the point.
saying?
Like, he's not a dog. Because if you really like that, then you welcome the double team. Because it's like, all right, well, shit, if you need two of y'all to stop me.
Yeah,
stop.
hey Devin Booker, how about you work on your passing then?
14.5% of all men are 6'6" or taller.
Why are you still here? I said my
Hey,
life.
Because
I said
statistics
my
matter.
life. You see how that? You see how he just jumps into the statistics when I literally said I didn't live in a statistical world. I lived in a house
You absolutely live in a
niggas
statistical
that
world.
are 6'3" and up.
You live
If
in
you
a
are not
statistical
above
world.
6'5", you are not tall to me. Not the world, not your magical stats. They don't
They're
matter.
not magical. They're not magical.
They are. They are
Math is
magic.
not magic.
I didn't grow
Math
up
is
in a
not
house
magic.
with a bunch of short motherfuckers.
Yo,
So I
math
get
is not
25% of
magic.
this
So
chat,
whatever the stats are.
25%
any
of this chat
series-
are tall.
Exactly. According to Jack.
So is there any series that you all have your eyes on a little bit more than the rest of them?
Yeah, the Spurs.
Thank
Lakers
you.
Spurs?
Yeah, I think the Spurs getting that win without Wemby the other day was a real wake up. It was good. It was dope for people to really see. Oh, this team isn't just being carried by this alien; it's also a good team. I thought that was
With
The
great
MVP,
role
right?
players.
The
Spurs-
MVP, right?
Spurs, Thunder. That's the only thing I want to see. I want to see Spurs Thunder.
Hey,
I want
shout out to
Yeah.
Dylan Harper. You know, saying 27 and 10 the other day. You know, they play today, by the way, so we'll see if Wemby can go today. But that was an awful fall he took. Like he tried to brace himself with his jaw.
That's a not.
Yo,
good
Wemby tried to
strategy.
brace himself with his jaw.
That's what I was talking about. Like he tried to, like
That's
he,
not a strategy.
and then he put his arms up like this, like he knew it was nap time.
No, he was asleep. I don't think he was asleep for at least 3 seconds. The
Jesus.
boy was cold.
So are we on board? Like the Spurs are, in fact, a title contender here, right?
Yes.
I've said for the last 3 months that the Spurs are bringing it home. Like this is going to be number 6.
But
I think
I say
they're
that every
contender.
year. I say
No,
that
I'm
every year.
not a Spurs fan though.
I
No,
am.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think the Spurs are a contender. I think they're a year away from beating OKC in 7. I don't think they can beat OKC.
Well, you know, and then speaking
I
of
think the only
OKC,
Spurs fans I know is me and your brother, Ray.
My brother, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
you know, and of course, OKC's got some injuries to deal with. You know, luckily they're playing the Suns, but J-Dub's out with the hamstring.
The J-Dub's been out most of the season.
Yeah, he was. They
Yes,
get the Lakers
yes.
next. If everything holds true, they get the Lakers next. We might get Luka back. You know, maybe we get some Austin Reeves back. And
Luka's already been clear for next series.
hey,
Might-
until I see that man on the court, he ain't
Yeah.
clear.
OKC is going to win every game by at least 15 against the Lakers.
They were in LA.
Every game, Doug, it will not be a close game. And
But
y'all
what
know how I
about
feel about Bron.
what about the 41-year-old god, LeBron?
Well, there's this guy on the other side of the court named Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who
Yeah,
is going to be
put
a
the
back-to-back
guy on
MVP and Finals
No, put the
MVP.
god on him.
Oh, he can't guard him.
Oh.
Vanderbilt will probably guard him. Vanderbilt or
Yeah, 'cause at
Rui.
41, Jordan would have guarded him. So
No, he
Yeah.
wouldn't have. That's a
Well,
lie.
it's funny. It's
That's
funny
no
a
point.
because
Wait. Let me come back to that real quick. In fact, at no point in Jordan's career did he ever guard the best player on the other team. Ever. Go.
yeah, because he had Scotty.
well, it's funny because SGA put up 42 yesterday, and Dylan Brooks goes, Game 4, I got him. You're a little late, buddy. You're a little late. Like,
and it's gonna do nothing. And it's gonna do nothing.
It reminded me of you're the fucking Seattle Supersonics, and then you waited until you were down 3-0 to be like, hey, you know what?
Let's
Why
put
did Gary Payton try to guard
Gary
Michael
Payton
Jordan?
should guard Michael Jordan.
And then what happened? They ended up winning 2 games. Of course, it made MJ laugh, but his ass wasn't laughing on the court when it was going on.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Let's put him on Michael Jordan.
All right, so look with Shea, right? Is
MVP, that is.
Yeah, rated
Yeah,
MVP.
I
About
don't
to be
care
back to
about
back.
Anyway,
About to be
so
back to back.
with Shea, is he as great a scorer we think he is, or is
Yes.
he just being?
Yes.
Is he
Yes.
getting
So-
lucky?
So Shea
No.
Because there's no offensive fouls being called on him.
No,
Shea-
he's
Shea is-
as great as we think he
Shay's
is.
crazy.
Shea
Shay's
Shea
crazy.
is what I like to call a complete basketball player.
He absolutely is.
Because he brings it on the defensive end too.
Yes, he
and
does.
a lot of times in that OKC offense, a lot of times he has to run point too.
Yes, he
And
does.
so on top of that, this is the 4th straight year that he's averaged at least 30 points on at least 50% shooting. This year, he shot better than any year that Michael Jordan had in his career. You know what I mean? And even yesterday, going back to yesterday, he started out the game 10 for 11. And this is a playoff game. This is not
Yes.
just a regular game November 1st or whatever the case may be. So SGA, the problem with SGA is that he's not above the rim. So people don't view him in that Kobe, Michael lens. But
Yeah.
he's right there.
He's nice, dog. Shea
He's
is
right
nice.
there.
He's like
Now,
me.
I'm not
Range
saying
is
I'm not saying that
unstoppable.
I'm not saying that he will pass any of them or he'll be like he'll finish his whole career on that level.
No, that's fine. I
But
get
as
it.
he's sitting
Give it
here
a-
right now, he's
right now.
absolutely right there with them.
Yeah,
and I mean,
like-
I respect it because he's not. I just wanted to make sure he's not James Harden 2.0.
No,
You know?
he's if so, and I was just thinking about that. I think he's and if you were to able to combine the skill sets of a James Harden and like a LeBron, he's somewhere around that.
Yeah, and then you got
I would agree.
The series that I'm most into is Atlanta and New York, and it's only because I picked
Because
Atlanta.
you're from
in
New
7.
York.
No, it's because I'm not from New York. It's only
Baltimore,
Hey, Southern
South.
King right here, baby.
the South.
You know what I'm saying? But no, at the end of the day, like I like the youth movement. You know, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, SGA cousin, by the way,
Dude's
just
balling.
won Most Improved Player.
Dude's
You know, so
balling.
congrats to him.
Yeah.
You know,
More
Carl Anthony
Canadians.
Towns finally showed they are Canadians, but you love Drake, so don't do that.
Wow.
You know, hey, Dylan Brooks is Canadian too. But anyway,
Drake is from
So is
Memphis.
R.J. Barrett.
Drake is a-
so is Lou Dort. You know what I'm saying?
See,
While we throwing random Canadians out here.
Steve Nash.
You know what I'm saying? But Carl Anthony Towns, you know, it's all going to depend on him because you got to get your big man involved early. Like soon as the tip off happens, the big man got to touch the ball.
Yo, pause for
And-
this. That was crazy.
This dude-
Big
this
man
was a-
tip off. Big man is crazy. Pause. Jesus.
Go ahead, 2-5. I got
So if we can have a little decorum here, you know what I mean? Like you got to get your tall guy the ball early so that way he can feel involved in the game because what happens is Cat will come out, get 2 shots, they'll forget about him. Second quarter, Brunson goes to the bench. He'll take over a little bit. Third quarter, he gets putbacks and rebounds because they stop passing him the ball. And then fourth quarter, it's the Jalen Brunson show. And
Yeah.
so I say all that to say the only reason that this series is 2-2 is because of the Knicks.
I agree. Celtics are in a slobber knocker with the Sixers, and I honestly don't know which way it's going to turn out. I think that talent's going to win out, and somehow Jalen and Jason Tatum are going to figure out a way to win this series. But they're not coming out this thing like unscathed. Like they
have to. The Celtics have to win this series.
All my life I wanted to be an NBA player, and I sit here right now having the same impact as Joel Embiid, so I feel complete.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
I mean,
You
he's
know
been,
what I'm saying?
but, you know, a lot of y'all like to hype him up, give him his sympathy MVP.
I know, yeah. I didn't think he deserved that MVP, but that's a whole nother
Y'all
discussion.
think that Jokic deserves all the MVPs. Just give Jokic the MVP.
Hey,
His name
look,
is Jokic for one, and two, no, I don't think he deserves all the MVPs. However, at least he earned his.
No, he didn't. He earned it.
and he
First one he did.
and he didn't have to politic for it either. Oh, Embiid
didn't-
was the one on
He
the
was
stage.
about
I deserve this. I just can't.
So wait. So that's a fun fact, right? So
He got up on the stage. I am Malcolm X.
No, remember who was the first one to politic for the MVP?
James Harden.
No,
Who?
Kevin Durant, Mr. I'm sick of being second. I'm just tired of being second.
And that's why we call it full circle, ladies and gentlemen. That's what just happened there. You know what I'm saying? But let's get Kevin Durant out of here and let's bring Kairi Sane back.
Yes, dog.
Kyrie.
Oh, and listen, and to the WWE, I get everybody else you got rid of. Kyrie should not that should never have
I ain't
happened.
gonna lie. I don't understand the Kyrie effect. Everything else, yes. Kyrie was literally in the middle of a storyline.
It makes no sense.
Yes, in the middle of a storyline where
And
she's
one of the better ones.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the only ones they actually built out. Like they've been building out that Asuka and Kyrie's gonna go at it like she's gonna turn to her. Like they've been building it out for at least 4 or 5 months now.
Why do the Japanese hate the letter U?
I don't know.
It's like that shit say Asuka. That shit don't say no Asuka. That shit don't say no Asuka. But no, that was one of the better storylines. You know, they had the EO tie-in. You know, and I just don't know what's driving these decisions because I look at B-Fab and Mishin. We talked about the baddies.
You could have got rid of him.
Like, we could have got rid of him.
They got rid of Motor City Machine Gun though, so I'm happy. Like I'm happy.
Hey, you stop that.
Rusev is on the chopping block.
Rusev is still here.
No, as long as Rusev is married to Lana and there's a possibility that she gonna show up on TV, he gonna stick around.
Why
I
is
just wanted
Sheamus
to
still
say I
alive?
put my mic on mute because I don't watch wrestling. So
It's all right. We got you.
Nah,
Clear
that's
out.
good.
We got you. Go get some Starbucks. We got you.
Hey, look, don't worry about it. You know who Roman Reigns is. That's all that matters. He knows Roman Reigns. So see, look, there it is.
Yeah, I know who Jacob Fatu is though. And he done told Roman, I need that. I want those cars. You know what I mean? Like, hey, y'all
That's
hear
Mario. That's what Jacob Fatu was right there.
Yo,
That's what he did.
Shout out to Jacob Fatu for having the least believable segment I've ever seen in wrestling history.
It's
And I've
crazy.
seen some crazy stuff in wrestling.
Rez really hates the fact that Jacob was like that.
No, I hate when they do things that want me to suspend my belief in real things happening. Right? So Jacob Fatu gets into this fight on SmackDown with Solo. He's in the fight with Solo. He wins the match against Solo. And then the MFTs, which I still hate, they could have dropped all three of them. I would have been cool. They jump in the ring and start fighting this one man and beating him up. The Usos come out to help Jacob Fatu, but before they can get in, Jacob Fatu turns into John Wick and is able to dispose of 3 men individually because they then decide, hey, we're not going to fight him at once. We are now going to separate into fighting him one at a time because that makes so much sense when you already got to beat up. Then he puts them in individual corners of the ring, puts chairs on their head while he watches them do it and runs from side to side hitting them, only to walk outside, only to his butt. And then he walks outside the ring to another person who was just dazed as he's walking out there. And then he lays him on top of the announcer table, which he forgets to clear off so badly that the referee actually clears it out for him while he jumps off the banister. That is the worst segment of all time.
As a wrestling stan, as a guy that feels about wrestling the way that y'all feel about Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? All I'm going to say about that is, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody give no fucks, you know what I'm saying, when Batman out here doing the same damn thing.
Well, Batman isn't put out as sports. It's a movie.
All right, so let me tell you something. What Jacob Fatu did was fire. Rez is just being a hater because he doesn't like my family. He don't respect us, the Samoans. Yeah, who us? Who us? You know what I'm saying? You over there with that CM Punk shit. You know what I mean? You don't respect it. Holidays time forever, dog. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
clobbering time.
yeah, that's what he want. He want the clobbering time.
But I am excited about the buildup of the Fatu Roman Reigns fight. I think I don't know Fatu's wrestling ability, but Roman Reigns is coming off of one of his best matches that I've seen. And Fatu had that thing with Drew McIntyre. My prayer is that they don't just like insert Roman into, oh, we're gonna do a bunch of street fights now. Like nobody wants that.
No. Him and Fatu will have a legitimate fight, and then he'll join forces with the Bloodline and be their enforcer. That's what's.
And I hate you, Liv Morgan.
Agreed.
The way that she took over my house like this.
Say more.
Yeah, and got this little kid running around, cherry lips and bad energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, here's a question for y'all. I'm gonna cue this one up for Digga. You know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Digga, do you feel any cultural connection to the continent of Africa?
Whoa, your mic went out.
I thought
Say it one more time.
Oh, my bad.
No, not you. I don't think it happened to you. I think it just.
Oh,
say it again.
Do you feel any cultural connection to the continent of Africa?
Nas mentioned it in the movie Belly.
Shout out to Sincere.
He wanted to move to the entire continent.
We going to Africa, y'all.
We're going to
not Cape Town, not Congo, not South Africa.
I know we go to Africa.
Well, I thought about this because I've been hearing people, lately they've been, it's been kind of this movement of like, we're not African, I'm American, like I'm in the middle, like whatever, but I just want to know what you guys think about that. Like, do you feel some kind of tie or belonging to Africa?
I can't long for a place I've never been to before.
So
that's fair.
So okay. I think that's a fair assessment. What I'll say is, just based on knowing as much of the history as I can, of course, that when our ancestors were brought to this country, we were stripped of our history. We were stripped of our culture. We were stripped of our religion. And so they came up. So now we are what is considered the modern day African American or black person. And I definitely have a longing to visit that place because I do want to know more about my ancestry. I feel that kind of tie, but to the actual land, like I don't even know where my people are from.
Right, and that's
so
one thing
I can't. Yeah, like I can't. Like that's where I sort of struggle. That's why I want to go back to feel that bigger connection, but it's not at the level that I would like it to be. I also have an understanding that in large part, Africans who live in Africa don't really rock with American blacks.
They don't
like that.
They don't.
So that also creates some of that tension for me as a person that this is my circumstance being an American black person.
To touch on what you said, I don't know where my lineage is from in Africa. So if I do happen to go to Africa or long to go to Africa, where am I going?
You're gonna go to where Usain Bolt and all them come from.
Hey Jack.
I know they're Jamaicans, but you know where they come from.
No, we don't.
In Africa, who are the long distance runners in Africa? Where they all come from?
Usain Bolt's a long distance runner.
There we go. See, Usain Bolt is Nigerian by way of Jamaica.
So wait. This is bad.
So I'm gonna become a scammer?
No, this is bad. So in the continent of Africa, most of the Kenyans are the long distance runners. Please, y'all.
Oh, it's the Kenyans?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, can we?
Yeah, whatever. Hey, look, if you're African and you're watching this, laugh, nigga. Anyway, so my biggest thing about it is I'm not African American. I am a Black American. I'm not from Africa. I don't know if my ancestors came from there. I don't know if my ancestors were already here. I'm of the belief and of the ilk of the people that believe that a lot of Native Americans are actually Black people. They weren't just the quote unquote Indians and all this other shit. You can look it up. You can see old pictures. They got nigga features. We're just like them. I'm not too far removed to know that my great grandmother is Indian. Her father was Native American and her mom was like a white lady or some shit like that. But the point is, like, I hate the fact that we pretend like 11% of this transatlantic slave trade came here, and all of a sudden that's just every nigga in America. That ain't
Well,
the case.
there's a book called "They Came Before Columbus," which is real good. That it explains how most Africans came to America before Columbus. What was it? The West Indies trade winds.
Like,
That sounds right.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's a great read. I haven't read it in about 20 years, but I still have it if y'all want to go ahead and take it.
okay.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
that's
a, that,
and
that's a
see,
good
and that's my
suggestion.
thing, right? Because they love tying us strictly to Africa based off of slavery. They act like nobody was here before Columbus decided to bump into the
And they
land.
act like Africa is just one continuous place, as if it's not
Right.
a bunch of different
That's what
cultures.
Rajon was touching on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
yeah.
so like I did, what I'm saying? So I was one of those people that gave my DNA to the government. I did the ancestry test and all that kind
But
of
he was
stuff.
also
Like,
in the military, so
and well, yeah. I know that's what I was about to touch on because people are like, "Why are you giving them your information?" And I'm like, "Bro, they gave me smallpox." You know what I'm saying? But so my biggest percentage, was Nigeria, and
all
and then
right.
but I don't know what that means. Like realistically, like I don't know if I'm
Right,
Igbo.
nigga.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? I
us,
don't.
bro. That's us,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Holla. You know what I'm saying? See, we got all these connections. Africa, Deep South. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you know.
2-5.
I don't.
2-5. I'm gonna need your people to stop sending me emails saying that there's a prince in your country that
Oh
wants to
my
give me
God.
$2.5 million if I share this email
I'm
chain.
sorry, Africans.
I
I'm
am an
sorry,
African. My
entire
name
continent.
my name is Kambai, and I come by from
and I do
Nigeria, and I am a prince.
and I do have to clear the record since I mentioned Nigeria. Me nor Rez are members of Boko Haram.
It's
But
true.
so I don't know if I'm Igbo. I don't know if I'm Yoruba. I don't know, all that kind of
Nigga,
stuff.
you are Yakubian.
And then of course there's the other slew of African nations that show up
Yes.
in my ancestry.
Yes.
What
So,
about the Zulu nation?
so am I supposed to go? Well, Nigeria is the highest percentage, so I'll start there, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that journey looks like, but so I've
Right.
met Africans here. So I've met Africans that have come to the United States, and it wasn't always negative,
Right. Yeah.
as far as a one-on-one situation. But as you talk to them, you hear a certain resentment in their tone and
Yeah.
like the way that they like we make them look bad because we got
Yeah.
stereotypes and whatnot.
American blacks are lazy.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't want to be like you is kind of how that's the vibe that I get from them. Is
Yeah,
that I don't
and
want
I
to be
will
lumped
say
in
this.
with you.
I've had a couple of African friends for real, right? Mainly two, right? One of them, when I went to his house in Atlanta, like you could see the difference in like how they act, and what I'm saying, they're typically like how we look at like essays or Asians, how they all will come here, stay down with each other in one home,
Essays.
build, and then like basically build everybody up to where you can have your own stuff. And that's where they, the togetherness thing, obviously that goes
It's their
into
tribe, their family. Yeah.
it goes into a whole deeper root of Americans and how Black Americans are. We've been tainted. But I will say this: I got a homeboy also. What up, money? He watches this pod sometimes, so
God.
I always make fun of him for being African. I'm like, the African warrior, and I got to get out here and get to my certs and get my certification so I can take over the technology industry and all this other stuff. And it's just like, at the end of the day, he does talk shit about Americans and how we are lazy, and he doesn't like to be associated with us sometimes because it's embarrassing. And it's just like, at the end of the day, like, bro, I don't think people understand like all of that shit is through white supremacy. Like all of it, every angle of it is viewed that way. And the Africans that are watching TV, it's American TV who's controlled by the girls. So it's all propaganda. You know what I mean? Digga, if you don't know what the girls is, we'll cue you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Offline.
But you can figure it out. 4 letters, 1 word. But you know what I'm saying? The girls, they put it out there for everybody to look at us a certain way because they don't want us to elevate, obviously.
Look at the chat.
Yeah, that's how I felt about. That was one of the things that I struggled with. Now that I'm older, That's one of the things that I struggle with about like rap music, for example. Like that's what's
Also
being
controlled by the girls.
that's what was being presented of us. So that's how the world intakes us, you
Shout out
know.
to the
And
girls.
so you know, yeah. Shout out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Keep up the bad work. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
Guys, let's go from that. Let's talk about the Joe Budden podcast here.
Joe Budden
And
podcast.
Joe Budden
Oh,
Podcast.
there we go. And then, you know, because keeping this same spirit of thought, you know, we've been talking a lot lately about being street adjacent, you know, having that hood mentality, and the girls play a big part in that. That's why I wanted to switch right when I did.
Shout out to
So,
the ladies.
Nice segue, by the way.
That's
Thank
great.
thank you. So what should we do, and should we aim to leave that hood mentality behind?
Yes, we should.
Yes.
You
Oh
niggas
my
need to
God,
stop
yes.
going out here chimping out. That's what the problem is. You chimpy ass niggas want to get out here, teen takeovers, black takeovers. Let's go everywhere we can and just destroy shit for the sake of being hood ass black people with no sense. That shit needs to stop. All this ghetto shit and being proud to be ghetto and proud to be hood, and they need to accept me for who I am because this is the way I talk and this is the way I am. You goofy ass niggas need to stop doing that shit. Y'all are bringing us down constantly, consistently. You know, it's Hall of Fame edition. It's Hall of Fame worthy. The way that y'all just get this shit off, and it's annoying and it's just tiresome. It's tiresome.
I had a talk with my son last night. I said the other night. I had a talk with my son last night. And he says, you know, I'm glad you raised me the way you did. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you got to understand. Everybody wants to be so hood, so down. Everybody wants to be street, this, that, and the third. And it's not a good look. When I go to the mall, I get embarrassed about some of my certain friends. And I'm just glad you raised me with common sense.
Yeah.
I've never been the guy that wanted to sit there and, you know, show out for my neighborhood. The neighborhood's not willing to die for me. Why am I willing to die for my neighborhood?
Yeah. So I think the points that you're making, and I know you're making them in a very extreme way to make the point. You know what
My
it is.
fault.
And I think no. I'm talking about Jack. That was
You talking about Mr. Chimp over here?
No, I get what you're saying. So what I'm gonna say is from a standpoint of somebody who is a community builder, right? As somebody who is a community builder, somebody who does like literally work in communities, something that I've seen that really is a deterrent to our people. When I'm talking about our people, I'm talking about black people, is our buy-in to the criminalization of black people. And we fight against it and we say we don't like it. But anytime something happens, the first thing we want to say is how tough or how hood we are. Also, like the music that we make, the way it sort of elevates and aggrandizes hood mentality literally works against our interests. So the reason we don't have a Starbucks in our community is because these songs make it seem like if a Starbucks came to the community, they would be robbed every day because people would take pride in the fact that they're robbing these places. Like we literally, in this way, now of course there's systemic oppression. That is a thing, right? There are things that exist within government infrastructure that are designed to keep black people at a certain level. But one of those things that are happening that has happened is the COINTELPRO that is our negative view of and our negative portrayal of our own communities and our upholding of those ideals. We have to not whitewash ourselves or even assimilate to this version of whiteness that exists that says, oh, we gotta talk like white people, we gotta dress like white people, we gotta act like white people, we have to sort of code ourselves in whiteness. No, we don't. We can still be loving of our blackness, talk like we do, dress like we do, go places like we do, show up like we do, and love our communities enough to not create images that tear it down. And continue to tear it down.
Jay didn't even want to keep rhyming like common sense.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a question, Mr. Lewis.
Yes.
What is talking white?
So I'm see that's the thing.
Enunciating.
So it's not talking white. I'm saying no one should have to change the way they speak to make white people more comfortable.
But you know,
which I think you would agree with.
I feel like if I talk a certain way and I make you uncomfortable.
If you speak a certain way, but go ahead.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay, my bad.
I'm just saying, if we're doing the grammar thing, we're doing grammar. If we're doing grammar, we're doing grammar.
You said that we could,
we can. I'm just saying. I'm just
we
riding on the
right?
same wave as you.
So
We
I
can.
talk
Yes.
a certain way,
Yeah. Go.
right? I shouldn't make you uncomfortable
No.
as long as I'm not using expletives, right? So if I'm out and about and I'm talking and I have a southern drawl, or I might have a little bit of a hood accent, or
Mhm.
maybe I cut off the end of my words,
Mhm.
that might be a thing. However, is there not a thing like professionalism where maybe I go to work and instead of me, I actually enunciate my words and try to pronounce my E's and my R's? Is that a bad thing? Or
Let me ask you this question.
No, I'm not done.
Oh,
Is
I'm
it
sorry.
me
I apologize.
assimilating to whiteness? Because in a professional environment, I want somebody to say for instead of fo.
Okay. Have you ever heard of John F. Kennedy?
Yes.
He was the president of the United States. Did he pronounce his R's?
No.
Donald Trump is president. I don't like this example.
So that's exactly my point. This argument that you're making, we would only make for black people. You wouldn't make that argument for John F. Kennedy or for anybody from that
Did
area.
I not
Not
say
only-
Southern
Not
drawl?
only Kennedy, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter's a terrible speaker. Jesus.
But I'm just saying like that. So my point is that these arguments.
Reagan's not that bad speaker either.
Well,
When
it
he-
goes back to what
when
I
he-
was saying a
yeah.
couple of weeks ago. Like we
Yeah.
hold each other to a standard that other people don't have to meet.
Correct.
You know what
And
I
I
mean?
just-
Like
I just
so
don't- I'm
we
never with
expect
that.
all this stuff, which you should. You should expect the highest level of decency, professionalism, and all that from
Absolutely.
everyone that you encounter.
Absolutely.
But when we have these conversations, it's aimed at us. Like, why you speak like that? Why are you doing
Well,
this? Why
Well,
you
two
honestly-
side we're black, so of course the conversation's aimed at us because why the hell would I give a shit what white people are doing? It's us.
No. I'm saying
One-
like the overall conversation, not saying you, but I'm just
Not
saying like
you.
the overall
Like,
overall
Do
conversation.
you know?
Go
Do you
ahead,
know?
Digga.
To this day, it makes me laugh that I was clowned for living in the suburbs.
Yeah, I believe
To
it.
this day, it was just one of those things that I hung out with certain people at school, and they're like, "Oh, you grew up in Sangaree, which is a suburb around where we are.
Yeah.
You grew up in Sangaree. What do you know about
Shoutout.
being down? What do you know about this? What do you know about that?" I'm still black.
Yeah.
No,
I just
but
tell them. I say, what
It's,
you know
it's
about
not like when you get pulled
401k.
over by the police say, "Are you from Sangaree?"
where are you
Okay,
from?
then.
And that's
Right.
the thing. So, like, people get mad at you because your parents decided not to have bad decisions.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand why I get punished because my mom decided to actually
Wanted
do
better for me.
But
You know what I
that-
mean? Like, it's crazy.
But that's negative. But that's on their that's ignorance on their part, right? So we can't
That's the
match
glorified part.
Right. And we can't. So I never want to fight ignorance with ignorance, right? Like I understand that when they're doing that, that's absolutely wrong. Which goes back to the point that I was making earlier about there's certain ideals that we uplift in our music. Even like the idea of O Block, right? O Block is O Block because they want it to be O Block. If the people just even like the idea of like the Stop Snitching campaign. Like the reason that quote unquote white communities don't have crime is because if somebody's trying to do a crime, people tell on them. Like
Well-
that gets the crime out of the community.
It's
Well-
also the fact that, unlike us, white people, when they see white trash or they see what is quote unquote ghettos of the white, they don't try to say, "Oh yeah, that's our people too." They separate and say, "Nah, that's them over there. We don't even like that." And
They're
we
not
keep
tribal.
them over there.
And see,
They're
and that's
not
why,
tribal.
and that's why, like people like Digga can't win because he was getting criticized, and Ja Morant couldn't even survive when he tried to be down with the hood.
That's crazy.
And that's the problem. Ja Morant being an idiot because he wants to be down, wants to be cool, and that's only a thing with black people. We only think it's cool when you're detrimental. When you're positive, it's just like, "Oh, you square ass, lame ass nigga. Like, who want to deal with
Yeah, like who was there when I was sleeping on the train?
When I was sleeping on the train,
You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody there. You know what I'm saying?
Doug, I forgot to put that drop in. It'll be next time.
But that's real though. Like that, it makes me
is.
think about that because when he was doing that. And granted, like, look, I don't think you should just stop your song and start acapella at the. But it was a point. Like, I got a story. Like, you know what I mean? I came from the bottom. Like, let me be an inspiration to you. And
Yeah.
people were just like, "Boo! Cut the beat on." You know what I'm saying? It's just
I ain't gonna lie. To that point, it is crazy that you paid tickets to see this artist, and then the artist is trying to give you a different experience, and you're mad.
Yeah,
Well,
you're like,
it's-
shut up.
But going back to what actually happened, though, he did it after every single song. Like he did it.
Yeah,
every
I know that's why I
time.
said I wouldn't do
Thing is,
that, but I'm just saying, like he was.
didn't play the entire song. So the thing is, so in context, before you hear context, you just hear he played the song and then went acapella. So you're thinking, I'm getting 3 minutes of a song and then I'm getting 3 minutes of acapella. It was 30 seconds of a song and then the acapella came.
He did it
And
in
then he
every
gave stories.
song he performed.
Yes, and then he was
But
giving
his point
stories
was
about
is that I want you to hear the lyrics. I want you to feel the
it.
lyrics. And I'm
you're
not
a
saying
fan of mine.
I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but you know, poetry is a thing. You know, spoken word is a thing. My man was just trying to educate the streets. That's all.
Kanye can go into his concert and give us an hour and a half rant about how
No,
girls
he can't.
and
But he
Jay-Z are
can't.
tearing things
And
up.
if people start booing him, they're not wrong.
Yes, because it's a rant. But if I go to see Jay Electronica, who is already a weirdo, he's already known as being off, and I'm going to his concert because I'm his fan. Look what Mark said. What did Mark say with his lame ass? Man, I think it was a dope thing. You know, he was really giving us stories, and he was really. If you're a fan like that, you shouldn't boo, because in Mark's defense, I like this guy. So what he's doing is cool for me. But going back to niggas chimping out, y'all need to stop worshiping ghetto shit. Like that. The bottom line, I don't do that anymore. I refuse to participate in anything that's hood, like anything that's ghetto. If I feel like there's gonna be a bunch of niggas there trying to fight, guess what? Coon Jack is activated. I'm out. You monkeys can have at it, because I don't give a damn.
But you there to participate in this Usher Chris Brown versus, right?
No, I already went to see the best part of the whole concert. What do I need to go see Usher for? Like, that's crazy.
Oh, okay. That's one way of looking at it, I guess.
Yeah, niggas, what's up? I went to see the best part.
Guess who's going to the concert?
But you didn't go see Chris Brown, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, see, that's different. If I didn't
he
go
didn't see the best part. He didn't see the best part.
If I didn't see the best part, I would go see both too. I would go see both.
So what I'll say is, one, I'm excited about the concert. As soon as it was announced, you know, Chris Brown, Usher, I think this is the closest thing. I think Chris Brown's dream concert is to do a co-headline with Michael Jackson, and this is the closest thing he'll ever get to it. I think this is a big moment for R&B in a time where R&B music is dying as a popular version of music. It still exists like as a medium, but it's just that R&B stars are not at the level that Chris Brown and Usher, who both really turned themselves into pop stars over time.
Can I pose a question that's off subject?
In the middle of my speech, in the middle of my talk?
My fault. No. Y'all know I got ADHD. Stop.
Like, go for it.
Oh, this is rich coming from you.
From me?
So hey guys, how was the Michael Jackson? No, let me say this.
No, because they had done their parts. I hadn't done my part yet. But you were going to ask a deep dive question. I didn't get my overarching yet.
This is the pot. That's
hysterical. So no, so what I was saying was it's a big moment. I do have tickets. Me and my wife be checking them out in Tampa. So that's usually time for my my California trip, but we're going to Tampa, Florida instead. I'll find another time to check out my Niners in person. But it's going to be a great concert. And the one thing I know about Chris Brown is Chris Brown does not do the same concert twice. So if you enjoyed the other Chris Brown concerts, knowing the competition that will be Usher on the other side, he's going to elevate. They are going to both elevate each other. So I'm excited about the competition that's going to be the two of them going. Now, go.
What do y'all think about the social media take that men should not be going to this concert at all?
I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. If you can't afford to go and you can only afford for your girl to go, don't be mad at me.
Just say that.
Because you got to spend your whole check to make sure that she don't leave you. That's on you, bro. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Sorry.
I mean, that falls into my bucket of why the fuck y'all care so much about what everybody else is doing.
And what I would say is, and I'm a happily married man. My wife will be celebrating 19 years of marriage later in May.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
But if I was a single man and I was looking for a place to find women as a single man,
where would you go? Where would you go?
Yo. How much people does a stadium hold?
50,000 or more.
Or more, right? Or more, right?
Or more.
So the larger stadiums get upwards of 80 to 90 to 100,000. Are all of them going home with Chris Brown and Usher?
Nope.
No.
That means I can shoot all the shots in the world. You people out there who make up these dumb narratives about, oh, men shouldn't be doing this, men shouldn't be doing that. Y'all ain't.
You're
But
gay.
think
You
y'all.
can also, you can also do. Hey, you know what you could do though? You could search for them same girls at the Iceman tour.
Also, I
what
want
you
to
did
apologize
there.
to anybody that's watching this and thinks that Rez was directly comparing Usher to MJ, because I know you idiots on
Oh,
Twitter.
I wasn't at all.
Yeah, I know, but they like to
Yeah.
get in our comments and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
look at dumb."
Look, they're comparing Michael and MJ. No, that's not a thing.
So
Yeah,
May
Iceman.
15th. Are y'all excited?
No.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jack.
Nah, nigga, you. All right. Hey, look,
No,
though,
Jack, this is you.
All right,
being-
now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all about to see Jack be a hypocrite. Let me introduce you to Jack chimping out.
Oh,
that's crazy.
hold on, where's my sound effects? Oh, okay.
All I'm gonna say is, I've been very, 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 very upset with Drake the last 2 albums. Even though I enjoyed the 21 Savage album with Drake. I thought that was really good. However, I did not like For All the Dogs. I thought the rapping had definitely went down. It was subpar. However, scratch all that. Drake and Marvel are doing the same thing for me right now. It is an epic resurgence. Marvel, they're coming out. They got out of the MCU. We're done with this whole let's lift women up to be superheroes that they shouldn't be. And now Marvel's giving us actual good superhero material again. And now Drake is coming out, and he's actually got a chip on his shoulder. He realizes, like, I gotta rap, and I gotta rap. I can't just do the
So he gonna follow through this time.
He gonna follow through. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. You following through.
Following through, baby. Now, look, this is not my own analogy. I heard this from Van Lathan. However, what a lot of people don't know about me is my favorite X-Men of all time is Iceman Bobby Drake. Yes, he is. Yes, he's my favorite X-Men of all time. Why? Because Iceman is like that. Iceman has always been like that to me. And Iceman got all the hoes. And that's what a lot of people don't know about the comics. Iceman was out here smashing and dashing, getting them all. And you know who else gets them all? Drake. Aubrey Graham. You know what I'm saying? He gets all the girls. He gets all the hits. He gets all the numbers.
Guys.
So, Iceman, he's coming out here. He's about to show everybody who he really is. And then Van Lathan went into a deep comic book, wormhole, where he was talking about how Iceman had to have that second resurgence and he became an Omega level mutant. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
A god tier mutant.
He is like that. Molecules. Okay? Him and Storm and Jean Grey, they all the same. Magneto, they all the same. We are world breakers. When Drake drops Iceman on May 15th, all you hating ass, puss ass niggas who was over here sucking Kendrick's dick talking about Kendrick's gonna elevate rap to a place it's never been, even though Kendrick did the same shit where he pulls up and he disappears like the dad that never came back. Drake is here. Daddy's home. Here you go.
X-Jack, you do realize I can see your Apple Music history, right?
I don't care what you can see.
So who listened to Pimp a Butterfly within the last 2 weeks?
I don't know who listened to that, but I know that I listened to Mr. Get It Done. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to Michael Jackson. That's what I've been listening to.
Do I need to take screenshots?
Hey, yeah, we definitely can put that in the lower third of the pod. Hey, so listen up real quick. So Jack, thank you for the passion that was that entire rant. I'm glad I was able to find background music to fit that moment. So my thing, one, absolutely, we want good music from Drake. You know, everybody wants good music from Drake. This is what we don't want.
All right, the two light-skinned niggas don't.
So let me tell you what we don't want. We don't want this double-sided argument that Ish tried to have on the Joe Budden podcast, and that Drake fans are going to try to say. On the Joe Budden podcast. There we go. Do you want people to listen to the music and judge it objectively, or do you want people to not listen to the music? Because on the Joe Budden podcast, Ish was saying first, hey, if you are, if you were a team Kendrick and you thought that Drake lost the battle, then you shouldn't listen to the Drake music when it comes out, right?
Crazy.
In the same breath, he also said people are just going to act like they don't like the music regardless of how good it is. He also said if it doesn't sell, it's because people are trying to stop the momentum of Drake. So what do you actually want? Do you want people do you want Drake to put out a classic album that can be universally loved and appreciated, or do you want us to stay in a space where it's Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and we just stay in our separate corners, and then Drake sells tremendously less? Because what happens in that case, y'all, is that Drake, no matter how good the music is, will be a flop. And I will tell you how we know this. Because we actually saw this happen. We actually saw this happen. There was a time where there was a guy who ran the entirety of music. He put out 3 albums that people consider, if not classic, damn near classic when they came out. Not only did he do that, everything he touched, every song he wrote, everything he was featured on, went nuts.
Are we talking about his boss?
And then a guy came out and called that man a wankster.
Oh.
He called that man a wankster.
Oh, we talking about Jeffrey.
And then we completely erased his entire existence in that run. And that run, that like fans literally were like, we are not on this dude. It is over. We don't care how good the music is. It is over. And they erased Ja Rule. Not only did they erase Ja Rule, they acted like his run before it didn't exist. So let's come back to Aubrey Drake Graham, or the Iceman, as you'd like to call him. Jack, question. Who was the number 1 streamed artist in 2024?
Aubrey.
Who was the number 1 streamed artist in 2025?
Aubrey.
So far in 2026, who is the number 1 streamed artist?
Bruno Mars. No, it's fine.
Kendrick Lamar.
It's still Aubrey.
No,
and that's
Aubrey.
because it's still Aubrey. And that says this. Nobody was off of Drake because of the beef. People just didn't want to hear the bull that he put out after the beef. No one wanted to hear Wagwan Delilah. No one. No one wanted to hear that. No one wanted to hear Take Me to Meet Your Padre. No one. No one wanted to hear Take Me to Meet Your Padre.
And nobody wanted to hear No Face.
Nobody wanted to hear No Face.
Nobody wanted to hear Sexy Songs for You.
Nobody wanted to hear Sexy Songs for You. No one wanted to hear the song that you rapped in Spanish. No one wanted to hear it. Bro. So when you put together a full album of great music, the fans will come back, because at the end of the day, back to our Michael conversation, if the music is good, if you're entertaining us, we here, my boy. Stop being a victim.
I just want a whole album and fold that up right now.
Well, fold that up right now.
Yeah, I just want a whole album of that.
So, Digga. Oh, damn. Signal went out.
Oh, damn. I was like, okay. Did everybody say well?
But
2-5,
what out of here.
2-5, what are your thoughts? Are you excited about the music? What do you think?
I am. I'm not a Drake fan, but after all this, I am excited. I want to hear what he's going to talk about that isn't related to Kendrick.
Yeah.
I want to hear, I don't want to necessarily go back to Never Was the Same and all that kind of stuff. Like great stuff.
Nothing was the same.
Whatever. Like great stuff, but it's time to move on, right? So like I want to see this next evolution, because that's what makes the great artists that we remember, that's what makes them great, is how do you pivot to your next era, to your next chapter. Yeah. So I want to see where Drake goes from here. You know what I mean? And look, I fuck with the Padre, okay? Like, I like that song. You know what I'm saying? That was probably one of the only songs that I liked on that album. You know what I'm saying? That one, and when he sampled Aaron Hall. You know what I mean? Those were the 2 songs on that album that were tolerable. Everything else,
Don't be afraid.
I could have flushed.
I miss you.
Don't be afraid.
There you go. And I did like What Did You Miss? I mean, what did I miss? I did like that song. You know what I'm saying? So that was good.
I didn't like What Did I Miss because What Did I Miss was Drake being a victim. No one wants to hear victim songs for you.
And no, the Fighting Irish freestyle. Give me that Drake too.
Fighting Irish freestyle is good.
And Drake, I know you upset. I know you're frustrated. I know you're a little hurt. That's your sister, dog.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Oh, that is not my sister. Oh yeah,
That's his sister,
that
bro.
was
Like,
that good callback. I forgot that one.
you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. That's his sister. But you know what I mean? Look, at the end of the day, Drake is one of the giants of the game, right? So we're always going to be interested whenever he talks, whenever he drops something. So even though I'm not a fan, I appreciate, what he means. So I'm here for it.
For sure.
I also want to clarify because Digga did say the Apple history. I am not one of those guys who doesn't listen to Kendrick. What I said was Kendrick did what he normally does, which is drop music and disappear. Never said that I don't listen to Kendrick or I don't like Kendrick. That's not the thing. Like,
My bad, y'all. I got a call.
Nah, you're good, bro. So are you anticipating this album or you don't care or what's your feeling?
Go Digga.
I stopped listening to Drake after More Life.
More Life was ass.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
Done.
Oh, no.
Okay. Hey, my boy.
I think the night that More Life came.
Oh, dude. All right. Hey, we're gonna take him off real quick. I'm gonna just let him know that he's having some signal issues. But nah, keep going, Jack.
Well, no, all I was saying was you can't hate Kendrick or J. Cole or Big Sean or Wale. You can't hate these people and then be like, yeah, they're ass, blah blah blah. I only listen to Drake, or be like, you know what I'm saying, if you don't like Drake, don't listen. Like Ish said, that's crazy. I think that you should always listen to all music. That way you can actually get your own interpretation of what it is instead of sitting over here and pretending, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, this is some trash, or dude, and the whole Drake thing where everybody's talking about this beef and this battle and all that. Yeah, he lost the battle. Who cares? And there's still people out here who legitimately think he won the battle. I don't like to say that they're delusional because it's just like the Jordan and Bron thing. Like, you're not wrong if you think either one's the GOAT. There's an argument for both. But you know what I mean? Like, don't sit up here.
The people that think that Drake won, there was a special place in the back corner of the classroom for them.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna hate somebody who thinks that Drake won, because I also think it's based off of this. Like, all of us on here, we enjoy lyricism and actual MCing.
For sure.
A lot of people just like music, and if it sounds good, they think it's good. So in that realm, a 616 doesn't sound good to them. Meet the Grams is not something they're going to listen to because it's not musically. I can't pump it and bump it. You know what I mean? Like that. That's how a lot of these people listen to music.
It's that old. Nobody ever got in a car and said, "Put on this person here." Like,
I was with it. I was with them. I was with it until I heard Kendrick open his mouth, and I was like, "No, you ain't gonna come up in here singing this."
Hey, 5 loves that entire song. I have videos of it. I have video proof.
I do, but still, you ain't gonna come in here beefing with me and singing at me and then talking about my uncle too, who my aunt or whatever that was.
He's a man now.
All right, so Digga is not on board with the Iceman.
What you got, Dick?
As far as Drake goes, great artist. I just don't listen to him.
And you heard it here first, y'all.
Well, this is the thing. Digga will listen
only on Say Less. Only on Say Less, Say More will you get that kind of in-depth analysis about the Iceman album.
Digga is going to listen to the album.
He's way too.
Here's the thing.
Digga's absolutely going to listen to the album. I know Digga way too well to think he's not going to listen to the album.
For those who know me, I listen to everything.
Yes.
I listen to everything at least 10 times just to get an understanding to say if I like it or I don't like it. X-Jack said earlier, for all the dogs, I listen to it. I listened to the deluxe edition. To this day, still don't like it. I might listen to it once a week. Still don't like it. Just to hear if I hear something different. Do I have high expectations for Iceman? No, but I'm still listening to it.
I just hope that it's just nothing was the same too. That's all I want.
Oh
That's
my
all I
God.
want.
You're not gonna get nothing else the same too. You're not gonna get that. I think Drake is gonna try to rap, but I also don't think he's gonna go back into his backpacker bag. The thing that made Drake amazing was originally that Drake was the trendsetter. Drake was the
And he
person
was
that
relatable.
he was he was relatable. He was a trendsetter. He was the person that was discovering the new sound or creating the new sound.
No,
And
you
there
know it
became a time
made
where he started following the sound and started copying sounds, and that's where Drake began to get on the downslope.
you know what made Drake amazing? He used to make cohesive albums.
Yeah,
Albums
right.
where you can put on the first track and let it ride to the
And run
last
it.
track.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was, like you said, he wasn't chasing trends at the
He
time.
wasn't.
Drake was being 100% authentic. Now you got Drake basically, and fault me for saying this. I think what he did was he started chasing Wayne's strategy. I'm gonna start working with this person. I'm gonna copy this style. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And you saw Drake start adopting flows.
Yeah.
Like when you hear Pound Cake, whose flow did he take?
Cake.
Whose
Wasn't
flow
that
did he take?
Ross? Was it Ross on that one?
Yes. You heard him emulate Jay-Z's flow.
Oh,
You heard him emulate Kanye's flow. The thing about it is he lost his
Consequences flow.
identity. He lost his identity along the way, and he's never been able to retrack it. So why do you think it was so easy for Kendrick to call him out for sounding like Atlanta artists?
Yeah.
There's no accent you can sell me.
Hey, dog. I'm just saying. I want good music. I'm always down for good music. And one more thing I want to say to Drake fans, you guys that are like, oh, well, we haven't gotten any good music since the Drake Kendrick battle. So now Drake's coming to save us. Again, I want to remind you, Drake released 7 singles and an entire album since the beef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, as a Drake fan, I will say "Sexy Songs for You" was not it. There's like 3 songs on there that are legitimately like, all right, cool.
And they tried to convince us that it was.
Yeah.
Sexy Songs for You. Let's talk about some good pussy. So, hey, I heard there's rumors out there that pussy is out here making men better,
making men great again.
I'm gonna tell you like this, 2-5. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been playing on the court, had a bad game, your girl just shows up on the bleachers? What happens?
Oh man, you get that second wind, and oh my goodness, you come.
I'm a baller.
Jordan out there.
I'm a baller now.
Exactly.
Doing moves
all of a sudden
you ain't supposed to be trying, and they're working.
All of a sudden, your confidence come back. Run me the ball.
Yo.
You netting half court threes.
Hey! I'm gonna take you one step further, make it more. Just last month, we went out to the court. I haven't played basketball in at least 8 years. We went out to the court. My wife's brother, and my son. I did not lose a game.
Exactly.
I did not lose a game. Okay.
Yeah, I was walking around here hobbling, knees on ice, and saying my son wanted to go play ball. He's 17. So he wanted to take the old man out, and we get to the court, park the car, and Lindsay goes, "You know what? I don't think I ever seen you play basketball before."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! I turned back the clock.
Now you know what happened. Now you gotta die.
Hey,
now you have to die.
That day, Clay would have been mad at me the way Meg mad at him. You know what I'm saying? That's how that went.
It goes like this.
Yeah, right?
That's the biggest example I got. Anytime your girl watches you do anything, like you could be in Rajan's category, making a speech. If he knew LaToya was out there, this man just turned into Martin Luther King out of nowhere.
The junior.
Doesn't even have paper in front of him.
Damn. So from Mark Lamont Hill when she's not around to Martin Luther King when she is around, that's deep.
That's hysterical. So of course this topic comes from the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about how Joe was saying that a lot of these dudes that are crash outs and don't care if they go back to jail, they can't have quality box, for a better term, for lack of a term, in their life, because when you have a certain level of woman in your life, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not just about the sexual aspect of it. When you have a quality woman in your life, it makes you want to not go to jail, because I go to jail, I can't be with my quality woman. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that actually does apply when it comes to the basketball court speeches, all these things. A good woman, even the Bible says, you know, that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, right? Like, just to make it biblical, right? When you find somebody, your person, your partner, the person that elevates you, the person that makes you want to be a better person, yeah, you're not gonna do dumb things like commit a series of pharmacy robberies to make ends meet. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be out here trying to panhandle, like trying to shoplift out of the stride right. You know what I mean? When you got a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to stay out of jail because you know that woman is worth being here for. So
and then on
that's
top
the
of
point
that,
I agree.
Then on top of that, if you in jail, who's hitting your box?
Hey.
Now, Rez took it to a very wholesome place.
Well, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question because there's a bunch of people hitting your box.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in your box, and your box is open in jail too. But Rez to be very wholesome. I don't want it to be that. Bottom line, if you out here getting hoes, you can't be distracted with crime and being a loser and a sub-level mute. Okay, if you actually are worried about talking to women, then maybe in your head you're like, I got to get back to that. Also, a lot of you dudes out here are gay, and you know what I'm saying, like these dudes, they're older millennials. They're like right after Gen Xers. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I'm a younger millennial, and I'm right here next to these weirdo.
You are not the youth, my guy.
Yeah, I say younger millennial, which automatically takes me out of the youth, but you're not listening. Anyway, so like I was saying, what happens is a lot of you weirdo niggas out here are hard all the time. Pause. Y'all always out here trying to show how gangster you are and how tough you are, and can't nobody beat me up, and you just angry face all the time, mad all the time. Even when your girl's around, you still hard. You're gay. And the problem is a woman can't relax you because you really want to be closer to men, which is why you want to be so tough, because you like the activity of a man being up all on you, and you like that whole, like, I need to fight all the time because you like men. And you like going to jail all the time because you can be your authentic self in the box, getting boxed from weird booty warriors. You niggas is gay, and that's the real issue. If you
I like shit and I won't shit.
That's it. If you're actually worried about women, you wouldn't be trying to be a tough guy all the time. You'd be worried about, you know what? This ain't that big of a deal because I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go crack some. I'm good.
See,
but no,
I don't mind being soft for my lady.
That's the thing. Why are you hard around your girl all the time? You're gay. You're gay.
I don't mind being soft around my lady. If she wants to give me manicures and pedicures, do it.
Yeah, somebody will tell you that you're gay because a woman is touching you. No.
That's fine.
No, the dude that's assuming that is gay.
It's gay.
Likes men.
Like, if you ever had them people rub your feet, you ain't calling it gay.
Nah, hey, dog, getting a pedicure is life.
I'm just trying to tell you, the studs build up, and you know what I'm saying? Like, look, at the end of the day,
they got to end.
I understand the concept of what y'all are saying, but I just don't want to go to jail, period. It ain't got nothing to do with a woman.
I mean, who does?
But there's some people that do, you know what I'm saying? Jack just talked about them, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm just telling you, I hate jail. But let me tell you something else I hate.
Uh-oh.
So there's this old saying, right? Never meet your idols. And you know what I'm saying? The worst part of that is when your idol is actually a part of your life. You know, so you grow up, you get led down a path. You think it's a wholesome path, and then you grow up and you learn everything was a lie. You know, you see people through a certain lens and a certain light because that's how they present themselves. And then you see the ugly side of life, and you see death. And then all the secrets come out. You find out about all the kids that you didn't know existed. You know what I'm saying? You find out about all the baby mamas. And all you can do is say, thank God I'm not like that. But what I hate is the fact that you led youth to believe that you were wholesome, that you were thoughtful, that you lived by the right codes. Only for everybody to find out that you're a fraud and now that you're not even here to fight the allegations. So you took the easy way out. Now people are hurt and left trying to pick up the pieces because they thought that you were somebody that you couldn't have the capacity to be. So I say all that to say, and I'm gonna keep this short, I say all that to say, take your mask off. Be yourself, good or bad. Stop making people think that you live for the right things when you ain't nothing more than a piece of shit.
Wow.
Love that. I love that. Love that. I have another
personal
that I always push out. You know what I'm saying? If you was a piece of shit on earth, you're a piece of shit when you leave it too. Fuck you forever.
There you have it. Yo, so Jack, you got a hot take for us?
Yes, I do. I have a hot take. But before we do the hot take, let's figure out what our movie is this week. So
Okay.
What we got? What we got?
Well, this is number 5 now?
This should be number.
This is number 5.
Okay,
Number 5. So number 5 greatest film of all time in the top 100 movies ever is 12 Angry Men. Has anybody seen 12 Angry Men?
I think I have. It's
I want to
black
say
and white,
there's a
right?
remake too. Yes, it is black and white.
Yeah,
I
I think
want to
I've
say
seen
there's
it.
a remake too, but yeah. The one that it's on here is the black and white
Well,
one.
this is the first
It's-
one that I haven't seen.
So this is it is. Dang. Well, so 12 Angry Men is a movie about a jury, basically. It's just these dudes deciding on somebody's life. I don't need to go any deeper than that. It's a jury duty movie. But it's also one of the greatest films ever because it dives into, the whole aspect of you have somebody's life in your hands and then you got 12 random people trying to figure out how does this person's life go on after our decision is made. It's really good, really in depth. You get to see, anger and all this other stuff. And you got to keep in mind that they're all strangers, which is the coolest part. But 12 Angry Men. But Jack's hot take today is hip hop heads and the disconnect between old and the young. The ages conversations. All right. So what you'll get from this is there's somebody out here who will tell you, yo, Sugar Hill Gang was fire. You just weren't there, young man. You don't understand. Kool Moe Dee was fire. You weren't there. Hey, Big Daddy Kane was fire. You weren't there. You know what I mean? My generation, Snoop Dogg was fire. Nas was fire. Jay-Z was fire. You niggas weren't there. Today, they talk about NBA Youngboy. Yuck. But we're not technically outside.
We're not there.
You know what I mean? So we're not there. And I think that the conversation always goes to, you don't understand because you're too young. And, I feel like back in the day, as late as maybe 2010, I feel like from the beginning of the time to 2010, you can have the age conversation where it's like, you don't understand. You didn't see these things. However, with the development of YouTube and streaming services, everything is available. You don't have to know somebody that has a Kool Moe Dee record. You don't have to know somebody that has an NWA CD. You can just go on the internet, listen to it, and be like, okay, now what you don't understand is what was going on. You weren't there for that time. So you don't understand, like, this is the style of that time. And if you can't comprehend that, that is something that you actually can tell somebody like, hey, bro, you just don't get it. That's how they rap back then. But what you cannot say is you didn't hear it or you're not understanding, because I can listen to Sugar Hill Gang and I love I love listening to the Will Smith and Carlton song, whatever that is, Apache. Yeah, Apache. You know what I'm saying? I like the hip hop, the hippie, the hip hop. I like that. I like listening to Tina Marie and hearing her rap like the Sugar Hill Gang. I think that's fire. You know what I mean? I think there's respect in all avenues. What I don't like is that if I tell you that Tupac is not a great lyricist, you sit up here and try to tell me, yes, he is. You just didn't hear him. No, nigga, he's just not a great lyricist. That doesn't take away from him being a great artist. And the problem is, we always try to throw youth on somebody when they disagree with our old asses. That's my hot take. Stop doing that. Let the youth have it.
You're not the youth.
Didn't I say our old ass? Why you keep trying to make me young, Rez? I'm
You're
younger
not
than
the youth. You're not the youth.
I ain't 80s, baby.
Great rant. Great rant.
Crack
You're
era.
not the youth. My God.
Also, course of action for everybody here. If you guys are out, right? Let's say you're at the mall, you're at the movies, you can be at the bar, and a dude that your girl has known for a long time, good friends, never smashed, never done nothing, right?
That you know of.
That you know of. Dude walks up on your girl, says, "Oh, you can't speak?" What's your response?
Who are you talking to?
Now, all of y'all.
No, that's what my response.
No, that's his
No,
response.
that's his
Yeah, my
response.
response. Who are you talking to? You can't speak. What is that? Who are you talking to?
I would probably be like, "Oh, do I know you?
Wait,
Why-
Like
why
you're
is
talking
it-
to me. You talking to me? You ain't talking to her." Like,
I was saying, let me add some context. Do
Girl.
I know this guy also?
No.
no,
Oh,
this
no.
is just a random
Let's
dude.
just say that they went to high school or college, wherever her furthest point is, or maybe there's an old coworker. Either way,
Dude
they
is
were
flagrant. That's flagrant. That's
So-
Okay,
flagrant.
so if it was me and a guy walks up to her and says, "Oh, you can't speak," I'll let her have the conversation. Right when he walks away, that's when I'm like, "Yo, who was that?" But I'll let her have her conversation.
okay. See, so Rez says, who are you? 2-5 does the same thing, basically. Like, who the hell is this? I'm with you, digga. Because I feel like at the end of the day, if your girl is your girl, she's not gonna embarrass you. She's never
It's
gonna.
not about that. It's not about
Yes,
that for
it
me.
is. She's
It's
not
not
gonna
about
put,
that for me. It's not
she's
about
not
that
gonna
for
put
me.
you in a
That dude's
spot.
being disrespectful.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
he
what
was.
it's about.
That's the
However-
problem. That's the problem.
However, she is going to emulate her man. She's not gonna let this dude take you off your pivot. So she's gonna be like, blah blah blah. I didn't recognize you, et cetera, et cetera. She might bring you in, or she'll immediately start off top. Hey, you see me with my husband? Show respect. Yada yada yada. It's
Right.
kind of like the scene in Creed where him and Bianca go out, and he's like, "Yo, you can't speak," and then she's like, "This is such and such." "Oh, what's up, baby Creed?" "Don't call me baby Creed." You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's disrespect off top, but as a man, you also got to stay on your pivot. You can't be ready to just hulk out.
Well,
No, see,
Yeah.
like, no. So I trust mine. I trust mine, and I know that mine had a life before she met me, just like I had a life before I met her. So I'm
Straight
not
up
on.
Utah.
So I'm not on some. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, are you fucking him? Like anything like that? You know what I'm
Never.
saying? I'm not on that tip. You know what I mean? I think that it's just more along the lines of you see us together. And if you see us together, you probably see her holding my hand, or because that's what she like to do. Holding
I
my
was about
hand
to.
and shit
I
like
was about
that.
to say something to that nature.
So it's like when you say that, when you like, yo, you can't speak. That's a whole different level of like
It
now
is.
you interrupting our
Yeah.
moment or whatever you want to call it. Like, so it's not about, oh, is she going to react a certain way, or did they used to sleep together back? It ain't about that. It's just
It's about her
about
at all.
what possesses you to do
Right.
that. Why are you like this? You know what
So
I mean? It's
I
what
was-
it comes down to.
So I was going to say, I can't expect me out of people. I know if I see, let's just say, I used to talk to your girl back in the day, 2-5. If I see
Yeah.
her with you and you guys are like close together, I know not to speak. It's just one of the situations like, oh, that's such and such. And I keep going.
Right.
But if it's a situation where I do speak, I would expect your girl to be like, hey, this is my man 2-5, this is Digga, so on and so on. That's on her.
Uh-huh.
And if she didn't do that, that's when you have to wait till I leave before you ask, yo, who was that?
Yeah. No,
Because you
so
didn't offer any context.
I wouldn't even ask who's that. I would be like, are you out your cotton picking mind?
yeah, I got mad female friends that like I'll see them in
And
public.
so do I.
And so I'll be like, hey girl, what's going on? I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? I'm Rajan. I know her from yada, yada, yada. I lead that as a person. Like, I lead with respect.
Right.
So I would never walk up to a girl and be like, you can't talk. Like, who the fuck am I? Sorry. Who am I
Right.
Hey,
like,
Rez, let me tell you a secret. You are old enough.
I know I am, but you know, who am I that I require being spoken to? Like that to me is that's why I'm like, who are you talking to? Like, you can't speak. I'm like, are you talking to me? Because I don't know you. So if I don't know the dude, my entryway is I'm trying to talk to the lady. But hey, how you doing? Hey man, just so you know, I'm Rajan. I know her from we worked together at AT&T, or I know her from when I ran for office, or yada yada yada. Like that happens a lot. And most times women will talk to me before like they'll see me before I see them. Like they'll talk to me before I talk to them. But if it's somebody that like is near and dear to my heart, like my homegirl Crystal, if I see Ohio outside, hey, I'm hugging Ohio. What up, Ohio? Good seeing you. Hey, dude, how you doing? I'm Rajan. That's my sister. Everything's cool. But I make sure to de-escalate that situation before it ever becomes a thing.
Right.
So
And
it's
that's
not
why I
something she
let
have to have come up to on the
Yeah,
back
and
end.
that's why I said you got to let your girl. You know what I mean? Because
and
if you react first, one, it can escalate because you don't know his mindset.
I don't
Because
care about his mindset.
But see, that's the thing.
I want to know who are you speaking to, homeboy?
Yes, but
yeah,
Not
but
in an
that's why
aggressive
I
way.
let off.
no,
That's why I let off with. That's why I let
Rez.
off
You can
with.
say out
We
in an
can't
aggressive
expect us
way.
out of people.
Because when you're in somewhere like that, especially that's why I said like a mall, right? Because for one, especially you being who you are, where you're at, right? You can't lead with aggression
I
because
never
one,
lead with aggression. Think about
but
me.
but you
Oh, he
saying
doesn't.
no, I get that, but him saying it,
Who
who
are
you
you
talking
talking
to?
to?
And think about it, dude already approached disrespectful because he said, "Oh, you can't speak. You want a problem out of me,
Oh,
like you know
cool.
what you're trying to do. You want the
Then
ride."
but if he wants a problem, then the problem he's gonna get is not the one he thought he wanted. It's that
And that's the
simple.
thing, though. But you don't want to turn into a grizzly bear in the middle of a mall with
Oh
all these
no.
people looking
But
at you. You
yeah,
know
but
what
I
I
would
mean?
but I want to be clear about that part. Digga knows me. He's seen me in situations that could have been contentious. I will never lead with that. But I also have a way of making you understand that I'm a man. And you will address me as such. So walking up to my lady with me sitting right here and be like, you can't speak, that is wild disrespectful. And you need to understand that you just committed a form of disrespect, and I recognize that you formed disrespect. I can do that in a way that's not me hulking up on dude. It's me just being like, who are you talking to? It's very simple. Oh, my bad, dog. I'm talking to your lady. Then we cool. It's diffused. But if the energy is there, like, no, you will never think that it's cool to walk up on my lady and just say something like that. Never. No.
Well, you know, it would have did some good for Will Smith to do that a time or two.
I just think it's funny because I don't think there's any perfect situation where anybody's right. Actually, I just thought
Yeah,
it was.
nah. Yeah,
I thought
nah.
it was a funny situation because it's like at the end of the day, like all of us, every man is different, right?
Oh,
Good
for
job,
sure.
I know
Jack.
me.
Good job,
I know
Jack.
me. I'm like really angry 9 times out of 10. So
See,
like, it's,
you would hulk up. I wouldn't hulk up. I'd be like,
See,
who is this?
good
so if
job.
somebody,
Good job, Jack. You see that right there? It says Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, wow.
yes, and as I'm
You
saying,
see that?
Wow.
Jada Pinkett Smith, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Okay, I'm sorry. I messed up your segue 2-5. My
That
bad.
was really
I
good.
was simply just trying to bring it home and say that it just varies on the
Oh, it's
situation.
been Baratin.
Okay, it's been brought. All right, so Jada Pinkett Smith, right?
Right.
Willard is her cuck at this point. Willard Smith is easily my favorite actor of all time, right? However, and I only base that off of like I think I watch more Will Smith movies on average than anything else. If I like get bored, it's either gonna be Rush Hour or I'm gonna put on Hitch, Independence Day, Men in Black. Like I can just go off of Will Smith movies and I can just watch them. So I think Will's probably my favorite actor. I don't think I have a Will Smith movie that I hate, except for he did something with like Kate Winslet where they were like all nice and paying it forward, and I just thought it was really whack. It was like an Oscar bait film, and it was trash. But
What was that? 7 pounds?
no,
7
that
pounds
was
is
great.
fire.
That was great. What's it
You
called?
actually like 6 Degrees of Separation?
Dig, I was born in 1991. Let me see here. That came out in 93, and I didn't know.
Collateral Beauty.
Collateral Beauty.
Collateral Beauty.
I never saw
Yes,
that.
sir. So Collateral Beauty is not a terrible film. I actually went to theaters and thought that it's not terrible, but it's definitely not like I'm going back to watch that. You know what I'm
My
saying?
boy. Jada Pinkett Smith.
So Jada, no, the screen started doing a loading thing, but yeah, so Jada Pinkett, bro, I truly believe that Jada's problem is she is the culmination of all bad bitches online. All the baddies, you will grow up to be what Jada Pinkett is right now. You will run out of beauty, you will run out of sources, and you will become old and non-attractive anymore. So all the dudes that used to be in your inbox, all the dudes that ran up on you at the mall, all the options that you had, they disappear. And what you realize is this dude that I was with, and in Jada's situation, this cornball I was with, has leveled up so much. And if I leave him, I will be nothing. I won't be anything. You are not Jada Pinkett. You are Jada Pinkett Smith. Angelina Jolie is Angelina Jolie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sierra is Sierra. J-Lo's always been J-Lo. Beyonce is Beyonce. Some people will say, acknowledge the Knowles Carter, but we don't give a damn about Jay-Z. She's still Beyonce without him. You are Jada Pinkett Smith. You are a nobody without Will Smith. You are just set it off and woo. Nobody knows that you were in a
different world.
Shut up. Nobody knows that you're in.
Shame.
Nobody knows. Nobody watched you in any of these movies that you come out with lately. Nobody cares.
You leave Baltimore alone right now. Leave Baltimore alone.
Nah, you New York. Speaking of Baltimore, Tupac was gay. Anyway, so Jada Pinkett is out here going through
that bathtub picture was art.
Jada Pinkett is out here basically going around telling everybody, and it's so messed up what she's doing right now, because one, she's pretending that she's going out here like, oh, I took the hit for Will, so Will wouldn't have to deal with this. I decided to come out and say these things because I had to take the pressure off of him and he could still look good. When in all actuality, what she's basically doing is she's now turning it into Will might be gay and I had to take this hit, so you know.
I don't know. There's been rumors.
Like, oh yeah, we're just together because nobody else can handle me except for Will. Which in all actuality, all she's saying is nobody can give me the life that this man is giving me. But instead of me appreciating him, I'm just going to continue to pretend like it's been the worst ride I've ever had. That's all I got.
Damn, you paying attention, Aisha Curry?
Yeah, I think the only thing I'll add to that is when I saw the video of Jada saying that the Chris Rock thing was all Will, she was not offended, and he was trying to save face from something else, and she apologized to Chris Rock immediately and told him that she was sorry that it happened. I just thought to myself, like, yo, divorce is so easy to just go and execute. Like, we as a society want out the group chat. We want out the group chat. We don't want to be a part of y'all's group chat. Will telling Jada, you know, I'm not fighting to make you happy anymore because Jada said in an interview that there's no way that Will can ever make me happy. Just get divorced, y'all. I promise you, it's not the end of the world. Neither of you will spontaneously combust. The world will continue to move. Your children are both grown. I think your kids would have been much better off mentally if you would have divorced when they were younger. Just get divorced. And when you do, and before you do, in fact, from today, just take out outside the group chat. I don't follow Will or Jada, but somehow I know all their business. This is sad.
I will say before Digga and 2-5 get their point off, you said that if they got a divorce, it would be a better situation. Look at Trey Smith. He's the most normal kid.
He's normal, dog.
He's normal as hell. Like,
And all of us have been through divorces. Every person on this call has been through a divorce, right?
Yep.
Like our lives have gotten better since our divorces.
That's facts.
Like,
Oh my God.
you don't gotta live this way.
I didn't consent to you putting me out there like that.
I didn't put you out there. Now, if I wanted to put you out there,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Hey, what LeBron said when he went to Miami?
Hey, what Kobe said. It's not. I'm not like Shaq out here.
Nah, what you got, Digga?
I got nothing.
Oh man, that's wild.
All right, I will say this though. How many times can a man be truly embarrassed before he had enough? Seriously.
A lot.
So like after the whole August thing, I would have checked out. You have one time to publicly embarrass me like that. And like Rajan says, please take us out the group chat because we don't care no more.
Out, dog. Take us out, dog.
Hey,
But you have one time to publicly embarrass me like that, and I'm done.
all right.
That's my take.
Feel free to edit this. But
yeah, please edit.
like you know what I'm saying? Because she is on some bullshit. Like
and we're back.
Look, some people, it's one thing, right? So we've talked, not us, but in general, society has talked about this a lot, where, you know, and I don't like double standards, but they are what they are, right? So like, if your man out here sleeping with some girls and all that kind of stuff, sometimes that's expected. Sometimes it comes with the territory. And it's a different level sometimes when your woman got with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it was your son's friend. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So that's strike one. You know what I'm saying? Now you out here like alleging that this man is gay or whatever the case may be. You know, which, especially in our community is a big hyper tight topic, you know what I mean? Sexuality and homosexuality and all that. And you putting that on his jacket now, after already embarrassing him as if it wasn't enough. Then you said that he can't make you happy. Your dumbass daughter out here writing letters to Tupac that, you know, say he ain't gonna never read. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're making your daughter write letters to Tupac.
Right. And not only that, but you publicized it. It was already one thing when Will found out that this letter existed in real life. And now the rest of us know that shit. So where I can talk about it on a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Jada has been beyond expired. And I don't mean that from a look standpoint. So don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
He hate bald women.
No, that's my fellow Baltimorean, bro. There's no hate at all, man. Like
Baltimore.
You know what I'm saying? On when she was on Different World, you know what I'm saying? That was my girl, man. You couldn't tell me nothing about Jada back then. Jason's Lyric, you couldn't tell me nothing about Jada back then.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like from Different World to about 2005, Jada Pinkett was like top 10.
Now what I'm saying, you can't tell me nothing about
Easy.
her. So it's not hate, it's the principle, you know, of you ain't gotta love Will. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta want to be with Will. But at the very least, you should respect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if nothing else, he's the father of your kids. And even as much as I despise my daughter's mom, that's about the extent y'all gonna know about it, is that I despise her. Y'all ain't gonna know why. Y'all ain't gonna know what she did to me, all that kind of stuff like that. So
she did.
So Jada, try to secure as much money as you can get and leave that man the fuck alone. Just move on with your life. We've been moved on. We want you to move on too. You know what
Even
I'm saying?
with a man.
Yeah, but apparently Jack doesn't want me to move on because he's all like, "Hey, yo, R. Kelly's trending and nobody's talking about it."
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but apparently R. Kelly's canceled. You know, there's 2 out of 4 people on this pod right now that don't listen to R. Kelly because, you know, moral compass. And all of a sudden on TikTok, everybody's doing the Cambodian, Cambian dance. And it's, girl, let me see your body go la la. Now back the thing up and let me go boom ba. And everybody's doing this trend, just letting R. Kelly's music just get you into a dancey mood. But I thought it was canceled. I just think it's weird that, when there's a TikTok trend, it's cool. But if you ride in the car, you support pedophiles. So, weird.
I never, ever hold myself accountable to the standards of the internet.
You don't listen to R. Kelly. You do hold yourself.
That have nothing to do with the internet. It happened because I watched a documentary where they talked about a man making a song.
You were alive in 2003.
Wait, no. Did I talk when you were talking?
I'm talking when you're talking because you're lying.
Okay, stop it, or I will mute your device, which I can do from my computer.
Okay, Tony Reality.
Okay. I don't listen to R. Kelly because I listen to an artist that I revered, who I considered the greatest voice of our generation, the greatest producer of our lifetimes, make a song about having sex with a teenager while having sex with a teenager. That was it for me. So if that's not it for you, cool. I'll never slap you in the face for listening to R. Kelly. I would never insult you for listening to R. Kelly. But respect my right to not want to do that. Because the internet does a lot of dumb stuff. You just talked earlier about a lot of ghetto stuff that happens on the internet that people should stop doing. All right.
So listen to R. Kelly's now.
No. I'm saying that you have your standards of things that people should stop doing, and I do as well. It's just that for me, the things that I think people should stop doing, I just don't do, and I don't talk about people doing.
I just want to know why all of you old niggas were cool listening to Chocolate Factory, even though you knew he fucked Aaliyah, even though you knew the sex tape was already out, and y'all were cool with it.
You know that I've never heard Chocolate Factory.
No, you old niggas.
We've had this.
Y'all were cool with it until this magical documentary came out.
It wasn't magical.
Like
you call things that are actual magic, which is strange.
I call it magic. It affects the world in a big way. It's like
it's like you live in medieval times.
You guys didn't have a problem with R. Kelly until the world told you to with that documentary.
We had this conversation. When did I stop listening to R. Kelly?
AJ number
3 out of 4.
We had this conversation. When did I stop listening to R. Kelly?
It was a long time ago.
Best of both worlds. Once the allegations came out, I was done.
So, and also, I also want to say this. There's a difference between hearing allegations and then seeing evidence.
Correct.
I've never watched that sex tape.
Yeah, but you knew about it.
No,
everybody knew about it.
Everybody watched it either. Right, but what? So if I would have seen a sex tape with an adult male having sex with a child, yeah, I would have been out there. But I did not watch the sex tape.
You have to watch it. You knew about it. You knew it existed. You knew it was a fact.
No, Jack. We didn't know it was a fact. No one knew that girl's name, and nobody. You can confirm that was a child. Like, confirmation is completely different. It's just like you may walk. Okay, you mentioned 12 Angry Men. In a courtroom, you may walk in with allegations. The judge, the prosecutor says, "Hey, this thing happened." They still have to prove that the thing happened before the jury can say they're guilty. But once in my brain I've said they're guilty, I'm out.
Scratch the mixtape.
That's where.
However, hold on, no, because when Aaliyah died, was it not blasted to everybody that this nigga was married to Aaliyah when she was 14? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
I knew he was married to Aaliyah when he was married.
You're lying.
She was 15.
You are lying right now.
She was 15.
That's what I'm saying. I knew
he was not an adult.
Underage.
She was not an adult. And you still listened to R. Kelly until the documentary came out, even though everybody knew that he was married to Aaliyah.
So what you're saying? So Jack,
you don't like this nigga.
So Jack,
he was.
Question: are people allowed to change their fucking minds?
Yes, but why did it
Okay,
take
then shut up.
20 years to change your mind?
Because
So
I
I'm a-
saw a documentary in
You
which
didn't need a
somebody...
documentary. You knew he was married.
Dog, they detailed... No, Jack, I think, again, you're missing what I'm saying. There are people...
No, you're
that have
missing
done-
the point that it is a
No, I'm
moral
not.
high
No,
ground
no,
people
I'm not.
stand on
No, Jack,
because
I'm not.
it's
All right,
bullshit.
time out.
It's
One
not,
at a
because
time.
the world
One
told
at
you
a
to.
time. Let Riz answer the question.
Right. So again, you're missing the fact that before that, I had not seen a documentary where they talked about him making a song about having sex with a teenager while physically in the studio, microphone here, child here, having sex with a teenager. That is an image in my brain that I cannot erase. To listen to the Chocolate Factory, which I consider to be the greatest R&B album outside of a Stevie Wonder album. That new information changes people's minds. And yes, I got that 20 years later. And yes, I changed my mind. And I'm not going to listen to R. Kelly. And that doesn't make me a weirdo or something's wrong with me.
So,
And it doesn't make you a
So-
weirdo if you continue to listen to him. I'm not
Can I say
talking
something?
down on what you said.
So can I say something? The way I look at it is like this. Let's just say we all work in an office, right? We learned that the guy in cubicle 6 may be attracted to kids. Do you know why I stopped hanging out with that person? Because that person may be attracted to kids. And if I'm hanging out with that person, what are y'all automatically going to assume about me?
You're attracted to kids.
That's why I stopped listening to R. Kelly.
Whoa.
well, so
I don't
like,
want to be guilty by association.
So for me, I knew that he was married to Aaliyah when he was actually married to Aaliyah.
Yeah,
Like I knew that pretty early, right? But I think I was probably 15 or 16 at the time myself.
Me, that's what I'm saying.
So
We're
I just
kids.
didn't think of it on that level that
We
a
were
grown
children.
person would think of it, right?
Right.
And also being that this is entertainment, I thought the shit was mostly a publicity stunt. So I didn't think of it as, yo, this dude's a pedophile, like XYZ, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then you start listening to the music a little bit, and certain things just sound different, you know what I'm saying, over the course of time. Like even Michael Jackson, right? Your butt is mine. Like that shit sound different, son. Like, I don't know. But like over the course of time, like I was telling Lindsay the other day, when you watch some of these Disney movies now, you know what I mean? There's things that were happening instead in those Disney movies that as a kid, I didn't understand. But now I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, so there came a point with R. Kelly where I started hearing the words a little differently. People told me about the sex tape back in 2002, I think it was, to be exact. People told me about the sex tape, and I was like, I don't believe that shit. And they were like, no, you got to see it. You got to see it. And I was like, I don't want to know it that bad. I don't want to know it that bad. So TP2 came out, right? TP2, one of my favorite albums.
Amazing album.
You know what I'm saying? And then, and I know this is going to sound real, real silly, but he made a song on the Batman, one of the Batman soundtracks.
I'm a bad man.
Yes, that song. And not ashamed of it.
Not ashamed of
it. But for whatever reason, I was old enough that when I heard that, and he's like, yo, I'm not ashamed, whatever, that might not even have been what he meant.
Don't need no.
But that's what I heard, and I was just like, I need to reevaluate myself. And that was just a personal decision. So I haven't listened to R. Kelly since. So I've never heard Chocolate Factory to this day.
You know what that means, X-Jack? He didn't hang out by cubicle 6.
You know what I'm saying? I don't got no.
I hang out at cubicle 6 still to this day because I don't like kids and I don't give a fuck what you like. So
it's not just the R. Kelly thing. I don't got Game on my shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So like because of his whole.
But see, the thing with the Game and R. Kelly, it's not the same because Game's music.
A kid is a kid. A kid is a kid.
No, I get it. But the music.
Wait. Can somebody fill me in on the Game?
I don't know what Game.
Game was flirting with
not
like
about
a
sex.
16 or 17-year-old.
Game was what?
He was flirting with like a 16.
He had to pay a 16-year-old because of. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah,
I don't want to do slander and libel.
it was a big thing, but they kind of squashed it because his name isn't, he's not, Jayceon's not that big outside of hip hop. He's really not a big deal, But while 2-5's finding this, the difference to me is the music.
He was found. So I don't know if this person was a kid or not, but he was found liable for sexual assault of somebody on a reality show that he participated in.
And they were 16 at the time or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. So I don't got no more game. So it's not just the R. Kelly thing. Like, I can only react to what I know. So I'm sure somebody watching this is going to say, well, what about this person? Well, I might not know about it.
That's just like
that's fine. I just hate this thing where everybody's just, it's only R. Kelly. Like, nobody else cares about anybody else. It's only R. Kelly. Nobody does this.
If the Michael Jackson shit was true,
they'll try to do the
Elvis Michael
thing.
Jackson.
Yeah, but they'll try to do the Elvis thing too, where it's like Elvis married Lisa Marie when she was 14. I'm like, nigga, that shit happened in the 40s.
No, I don't care. I'm not giving that a pass.
That's cool.
You think I listen to Jerry Lee Lewis?
I wouldn't listen to him, period. But I feel
I'm not giving that a pass. Like, if we're talking about Elvis being
literally
18, we're talking about Elvis being 18 and Priscilla being like 15 or 16. Okay, we're talking about a dude that was in his 20s and like a 14-year-old. Like, no, I can't excuse that.
Yeah, I feel you. It's just that it was normal back then.
But now hold up. But actually, now that you bring that up, now I'm conflicted, right? Because without being controversial and without being Mark Lamont Hill up in here, there's the whole Brandy Wanye thing. You know what I'm saying?
You niggas better stop listening to Boys and Men too.
I've had that thought in my mind. Like, I've had that thought.
I started listening to Boys and Men years ago.
My thought on these things is very simple. Nigga, you are a human and there's an artist. I don't give a fuck about what you do as a human. I don't know these niggas. Lil Wayne kisses Birdman, and he's probably done other shit too.
If I thought Kobe did what they accused Kobe of, I wouldn't have his jersey. He wouldn't be on my wall.
But the thing is, there was a whole criminal case that happened. Just like
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said if. That's why I said if. If that stuff was true, I wouldn't be having a Kobe jersey on my wall.
Wait. That's a great pin. Let's say documentary comes out and we find out they produced the evidence that shows that Kobe actually committed the rape.
Then I'm done with Kobe.
Going to keep this poster right there because he's still one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
I would take all my Kobe stuff and deliver it across the Alamo to Jack.
My point, and RIP to Mamba. My point is that we've heard allegations. There was even a court case. But seeing evidence, documented evidence that this thing was true would change the way he felt about it. That's all I've said. And I don't think that in doing that, 2-5 would say, Jack, I don't want you to like Kobe. He wouldn't care if you like Kobe because that's what the internet does. And that's why I said I don't hold myself to the standard of the internet. The internet can't tell me to dislike somebody or like somebody. If I feel convicted to like or dislike somebody, I don't like them. And I don't care how you feel about them. And I think 2-5 would be the same way. I wouldn't walk around like, oh, these dudes out here listening to Chocolate Factory or worshiping the mama. Like, I wouldn't care. That's just a personal thing that I took on.
Just like
so whether I listen to them or not. Right. Just like if it's something I take on, I don't care if you attribute you rock with it or not. Just don't get at me because I don't rock with it. That's the only thing I always say.
Well, I will say one thing though.
That a lot of old people lied and pretended like it took this goofy ass documentary for you to actually know that this nigga's sick.
But back to what 2-5 just said. You got to remember at that time, dog, we were also 15. We were kids, dog. Like, you don't have the wherewithal as a 15-year-old to realize this is a really bad thing that's going on. And then as you get older, like, you might have put it to the back of your brain. Because that's what happened with me. I put it to the back of my brain. Like, I love this music. And then I watched something that changed my mind.
There's some things that people, they turn, like, say, 25 to 30. There's things that they remember that their parents did. That they're like, yo, I can't rock with my dad no more, or like whatever. Just like they didn't think about it in the moment.
Yeah, like dude was an abuser. Like, you didn't realize he was like abusing your mom. Like, you had no idea when they would go in the room, turn the music up, and close the door, and you heard screaming and thumping. You don't know what's going on, but he was actually beating your mom. You find it out later. You might have heard, hey, I think you're that, but for your mom to come and say, hey, I just want you to know your dad was beating the hell out of me every night. that would change your mind about how you felt about your dad.
But I will say one thing though.
I don't like these conversations because then I start attacking Christians. So I can't. Yeah.
Don't do that.
As long as you don't attack the girls, we're safe.
Like people here and exercise, you gotta forgive, you gotta forgive, you gotta forgive. But then it's like until I deem that it's not forgivable in my life, then it's
but
like
I can forgive it and still not rock with you though.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Do you remember us having a conversation about 2 or 3 years ago? What did I say?
About?
I'll remind you. I said, look, I don't rock with R. Kelly, right? But my brother played this song called Show Your... And I actually like it. And it's an R. Kelly track. Did I not say that?
It's all Black Panties, yeah. Love that
no,
song.
I would never say that R. Kelly doesn't make...
Song at one point in my life.
I would never say that he doesn't make great music or hasn't ever made great music. He just don't make music for me no more.
But I haven't listened to R. Kelly since, like I said, Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, obviously, I was trying to trigger Rez a little bit, but
always.
The thing is, my biggest issue with the whole thing I was saying to Rez is to all you niggas out here that are watching. You know what I mean? Like, don't sit up here and get on your moral high ground and be like, oh, I don't do this anymore because when bitch you do all kinds of weird shit on the other end. You know what I mean? Like, and
maybe.
Rez is not it. And yeah, you're right. You don't attack people for listening to R. Kelly, but I do know specific people that'll sit up here and be like, if you listen to R. Kelly, you like pedophilia.
But that's weirdos.
Pedophile adjacent. And it's like, bitch, when I listen to R. Kelly, I'm thinking about fucking grown ass pussy, not thinking about no kid. You weird.
All right.
Yeah, but that's
word to Wanye, old enough to get it. Hey, Rez. Hey, Rez.
He did say that. That was crazy.
He did.
I heard you had one of them relation tips for us.
Yo, so shout out. Thank you for giving me a little bit of space. I will be brief. Today's relationship is about honesty, right? We as men and as women as well sometimes get into relationships where I won't say sometimes, a lot of times get in relationships where we won't just say who we actually are up front and give people an opportunity to decide to love you for who you are or to walk away because they can't deal with who you are. Instead, we put on these facades that we're this perfect version of a person. We're exactly what they want. We're going to do all the things that they like. And then over time, the actual you shows up and now the person wants to walk away. You say, hey, I want to be monogamous. I want to be in a relationship. And you are a cheater. You are somebody that does not want to engage in monogamy. You want your cake and eat it too. There are people in this world that if you walked up to them and said, hey, I want an open relationship. I want to come and I want to have sex with you and I want to have sex with her and I have sex with her and I'm cool with you having sex with other people, or I want to have sex with her, and I just want you to have sex with me. There are people that will sign up for that. There are people that if you said, hey, I live an alternative lifestyle and I actually want to have sex with men and still be with you, they will allow you to do these things. But be upfront with who you are. Stop lying on the front end and then expecting loyalty on the back end. It just makes the job a lot easier. That's my tip.
There you have it. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I agree with everything he said except for cake and eat it. It's Kate and eat it. But
it's cake and eat it. Thanks.
Kate and Edith.
All right.
All right.
Let's get out of here, Jack. Oh, all right. So yeah, man. Just want everybody to know that we're friends in real life.
For real.
I'm it is.
Hold on. Wait, before you get out of here. Thanks to Digga for joining us. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I didn't know, Jack. I'm sorry.
Jesus, it's like I gotta close the show. I can't get my own segment like this.
No, because I wanted to say thank you too.
Yeah. Shit on me. Anyway, Digga, before we get out of here, do you have any words that you would like to say? Any social media follows?
First, thank you, 3, for allowing me on your platform. It was a great discussion. If you enjoyed what they talked about, like, share, subscribe. You can find me on any platform that by typing in Digga Jones. My podcast is called The Trouble Makerz. Again, thank you guys for having me. As I always end my segment with, if you know anybody going through a bad time or a hard time, it only takes 3 seconds to sit there and call and text somebody and ask them if they're good. Those 3 seconds can go a long way.
All right.
I
And
got it.
as
Appreciate
always,
you, Digga.
as always, we appreciate everyone who tunes in, whether you're a first-time listener or your last-time listener. We're just three guys with a perspective, hoping to deliver a diverse way of thinking. Open dialogue expands intelligence. All right? My son is crying. Say less. Say more.
A lot of people love to talk, but they don't really say nothing. You can drop a like and go subscribe, knowing 2-5 probably finna hate something. Chop it up about the game, give a little game, knowing you can take something. We just saying less and saying more, should've known before you in the right place. You know Jack can keep it radical. A little crazy with his take, but he gon' keep it factual. And you know he been a fan of wrestling since attitude. We ain't here to be the ones you playing with. Red steady dropping gems only for relationships. We ain't never thinking Liam Neeson if you taking. Come and tap in with your favorites. Hey, we gon' talk about your latest. Yeah, come and tune into the station. Come and listen to this conversation. Like and subscribe, we going live. We gon' tell you what you need to hear in perfect moderation. Wait, it's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Hey, hold up.